watch party presented by Starter King. Visit starterking.us and use promo code Roll Blob for 15% off. And check this out, Kenny. What do you think of the shirts?
You gotta stand up. You gotta stand up because it's being covered. Oh wow.
Oh yeah,
that's special.
Hey, this is a medium.
That's
not to brag. This is a medium. That's a large.
We call it a schmedium.
A schmedium.
I like that we don't need paid models.
No.
We're unpaid models.
I'm happy to do it. I didn't pay anything for this. This is great. But this isn't even going to be the best part of the stream. We have a Xavier great with us as always, Kenny Freese. We've got Jason Kappmeyer right here. I'm Coop Ledford, and then soon we'll be joined by Gordon Hayward, who's probably the biggest name to come out of Butler, I would say.
I mean, his name's only like 12 letters off the top of my head. It's not that big of a name.
I think that's it.
Yeah, maybe 14.
Maybe. I don't have it.
Yeah, I think it's 7. We'll go 14. But yeah, man, I told Kenny this is the second crazy thing to happen to the podcast other than Kenny Freeze when he joined full time with some bozos. So pretty freaking cool. And we watched the game last night, the 2009 game.
Yep.
So we are 2009 levels of pissed.
That's correct.
And I hope the chat is as well. If not, get right before you get left, and let's give them some crap. Should be fun.
Yeah, I mean that 2009 game. We'll talk about it more once Gordon's on here, because Kenny and Gordon, that's the only time you ever played against him. Or did you play against him in high school or anything like that?
No, I mean we played against him. It would have been twice in college, right?
Was it?
He would have come to Cintas once.
Did we win the second one?
They beat us both times, I believe.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, because the first we played them. Man, I think it was my freshman year we played them.
The one at Butler was your sophomore year.
Right. So I'm pretty sure freshman year is when we played him, and Matt Howard had like 150 offensive rebounds.
Okay. Gotcha.
He got his own offensive rebound on a free throw twice.
Oh, wow. Matt Howard's the most frustrating player to watch. I can only imagine playing against them.
We've got the practice after that game was rough.
The second one?
The practice after the first Butler game for sure. The second one we were just angry.
So, chat, I would love some. It's so weird actually saying chat in real life because it's kind of like a joke on the internet. What's up, chat? I would love some questions for Gordon Hayward. I'm excited to see how that conversation goes. But, Kenny, I was going to ask this to both you and Gordon. But, we were watching it last night, and, the after scene on the court is insane. I would love to hear what the next 10 minutes were like. Just
dude.
It was Two is taking off his jersey, and Mac is flipping out. Even Stevens was pretty fired up.
Yeah, you don't have to talk about it right now.
But just to bring some mental prep here.
Yeah.
I got hold on, I'll show you in here in a second. I'm posting this on the Musketeer fan.
So I assume you have Gordon Hayward's phone number?
I do. Look at this. So my buddy Greg texted me and said, I'm listening to Molly Whoppers cooking orange chicken and getting ready for the ghost of Kenny Freese to invade Hinkle Fieldhouse. And he just put a picture of water fountains.
Nice. I love it.
But
that game was insane.
Yeah, he said that he was going to be on at some point in the first half. Should stick around until probably halftime. So
yeah, love it.
Man, this game, I've just been nervous about it since the Creighton game because it's just such a letdown game from the energy that you feel from Creighton. And I've been there before. I know. I mean, I don't know. But at the same time, though, these games are all huge because it means making the tournament or not. So it's not like it's just, the 10th game of the season or whatever, and you're, 20. Yeah, Matt Howard had 19.
I know,
14.
That's
insane.
But Kenny, you're so right. And I wish that they were flip flopped. I wish that we were playing our home game tonight and then at Butler this weekend. See if some time to prep for it, because this feels like you just had a huge emotional upswing, and now you're going to Hinkle. And what would they love more than to ruin our season?
Right. No doubt.
But there should be a lot of Xavier fan support there. I know Butler's obviously having a down year. I've seen it all over Twitter that there's a good showing of Xavier fans there. So hopefully, there's some support there. They're bringing out the royal blue running bands. That's why we're wearing these matching
That's why we're
sweatshirts. I think so.
Oh, okay.
So, if they go into this game and they're wearing gray or even navy or black, talking about Xavier, then I'm not feeling great about it. But
it gives you a 5-point bump.
With the uniforms, it's like, come on.
And with us, I feel like we get a 1-point bump just for us matching.
We do.
I just wanted to be able to say twin.
At least a
1 twin.
bump.
Yeah.
1-point bump.
So, yeah, Cap and I are officially twins today.
Dude, I can't wait to get those. So I'm workshopping the best way to get those shirts made. If I'm going to make them myself or if I'm going to have the company that did you guys make them. But regardless, I'm hoping to have those on the Roll Blob next week.
They're a very clean design, Kenny.
I love it.
Very clean design. You did great. Gordon's wearing one tonight?
I believe so, yeah. I sent him one. I don't know if he got it yet, but
okay. I wonder how much Butler basketball he watches these days.
I don't know. I was going to ask him that question. I feel like it's kind of putting him on a spot.
I mean, there's no wrong answers. Like, this is a safe space. Even though he's a Butler guy, it'll be unsafe for about 2 minutes when we start talking about the 2009 game. Other than that, safe space for Gordon.
What I'm saying is like, if he doesn't watch a lot, and all of the Butler fans that like look at him like the greatest player that ever played at Butler, and then they're like, oh, that stinks. He doesn't even care about us anymore.
But this is a Xavier podcast, so if we piss off the Butler fans, I feel like that's a win for us. It's kind of a win-win situation.
That's what we like to. Yeah, that'll do it.
That'll do it. But no, that's a really cool thing though, Kenny. Like Coop and I were going through his history. Unbelievable career.
Yeah. Hey, Coop, can you move the camera over a little bit? We're getting like half a cap in there.
The people want more cap.
There you go. That's good. I need to see your front door. It doesn't count.
Yeah, right.
Give the people what they want.
And my coat closet. Don't forget about the coat closet.
Right. It's a nice coat closet.
Thank you.
So, Kenny, I asked you if you had Gordon Hayward's phone number. Who would you say is the craziest person's phone number that you have? Caps?
I don't know.
Caps
really
don't.
Gotta be Ahmad or Ian.
Yeah, let's see. Let's go through.
Kevin Feeney.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't know. Oh, I do have Kevin Feeney's number. That's my boy.
Those dudes are fun, man.
I was just talking to him the other day. Man.
When we were talking about making white t-shirts.
Actually, I can give you the answer to that question, and I just recently got it, and it's Tyler Hansbrough.
Oh, okay.
That's sick.
That's an absurd one.
I would say
dude was literally like he was my idol growing up.
You ever just text him weight room all caps at 2 a.m?
He's only like probably 5 years older than me, but it was just like my years from like 8th grade through my senior year. He was playing at North Carolina, and it was just like, dude, I want to play at North Carolina so bad.
That was my dream school growing up too, other than Xavier, of course. But I mean, he had like one of the best college careers of all time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I always called him the Tim Tebow of college basketball.
I got John Fance's number.
Craziest person in my phone?
Yeah.
Coop Ledford.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Or Kenny Freese.
Yeah. I
got John Fance's number. That's a big one.
That's a big one. Do you know who Markiplier is, Kenny?
Markiplier. That sounds familiar. Hold on.
It's a YouTuber. That'd be the craziest one for me.
Don't you have Quincy?
Well, yeah, him too.
Yeah.
Hold on here. Let me get all these turned on.
Hey, what's up, Gordon? How are you? We can hear you. I don't know if you're on stream yet, but Kenny will work on getting you in.
There.
All right.
What's up, man?
How we doing, guys? I'm good.
Not too bad. Just getting ready for the game here. This is a big one for the Muskies.
Yeah. So you guys still have a chance to get in, right?
Yeah. I mean, we're right on the bubble right now. People have us either last in or first out, but that Creighton game was a big one for us.
Gotcha.
So, Gordon, you're rooting for Xavier so we can get another Big East team in the tournament?
I wouldn't necessarily say that, but if Xavier does get in the tournament, I could root for them. So that way I could root for another Big East team.
There you go.
My man.
Perfect.
That's the right answer.
How
we doing tonight, man?
Doing well.
We appreciate you jumping. We appreciate you joining. If our chat is a little mean, we will filter that out here. We appreciate you jumping on them, man.
Yeah, no problem, guys.
And before we get started with the game here, Cap and I yesterday were watching the final 6 minutes of the Xavier versus Butler game back in 2009. So you and Kenny, of course, were battling it out all game.
We lose them. This is happening already.
I got you guys. I got you.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, we had a slight delay, just like the clock in that 2009 game. It just stopped.
He just stopped.
But so obviously this is a very, very famous game in Xavier lore. I don't know how it is in Butler lore, but in Xavier lore, it's talked about, to this day. 2009 was forever ago. We watched the game, and Cap and I were equally as pissed off last night. We went to bed mad after watching that. What was it like, starting with you, Gordon? Do you remember that game and just how crazy that ending was?
Oh, man. I do remember it. I remember it has been a long time, though. I can't believe how many years have gone by since that. 15 years is a long time.
Especially with the amount of games you've played.
I know. It's been so many games. Bobby Knight was covering that game, right?
Oh my god!
Yeah, and Brent Musburger, I believe.
Yeah, which was I remember we went somewhere and watched the replay of the game, and I just remember thinking, like, after the game, and I remember thinking, like, how cool is it that these two were doing our game?
Right.
But yeah, actually, I had Grant Linebacker was a teammate of mine. He's now Butler AD. And I think he saw your tweet, Kenny, and he's like, make sure you remind him he owes us a water fountain.
Yeah, I know. It's right around this time. Every time we play at Butler, I get texts from everybody talking about the water fountain.
It was a really good game. It's the ending was definitely controversial.
You know what's crazy is that I the thing that I remember most about the game outside of the clock was that I dove on a ball and I tried to pass it to two, and it went right to you, and you laid it in to win the game.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you're welcome for your biggest. That was probably my biggest assist of the game right there.
Yeah, I appreciate that. The ball just kind of. I didn't know that you were the one that flipped it up. I just remember here's the ball.
I dove out and I saw two, and I tried to throw it to him, and you were just sprinting through. It was just game over.
Yeah,
but, man, that was a long time ago. Do you how often do you get to catch Butler games? Do you get back very often?
I have not gone to a Butler game in a long time. I need to do that. I watch now that both teams are big time in the Big East now. I get a chance to watch them on national TV more, which is nice. But I haven't caught a game at Hinkle in a long time, so I need to get back to do that.
Yeah, that's
also these jerseys look. When did Xavier get is that like royal blue?
Those are colorway jerseys. We wore them when I was there too, for a couple games a year.
Okay.
Those are the running man. It's the old logo.
Gotcha.
But
yeah, Xavier's been in their bag with uniforms really since Kenny left. They really stepped it up big time. But Kenny, I think maybe you'll appreciate this. To go back to that 2009 game, which we're not only going to talk about that, we'll talk about the actual game going on too. Yeah. But that was on December 19th, 2009. Do you know what the top song in America was that day by just pure coincidence? It was TikTok by Kesha, which says TikTok on the clock. You can't make that up. It's insane.
Oh, wow.
I would have guessed Party in the USA, but.
Oh, yeah, that was a big one back then, too.
But no, the Gordon, the thing that I was talking about, the biggest or the worst memory I have of Butler is Matt Howard just getting 150 offensive rebounds against us at the Cintas Center.
That was the year before.
Yeah, man,
I do remember that game, and I remember that game almost more because it was like a winter storm that night or something like that.
Yeah,
but that was a huge win for us going into on the road.
Yeah,
beating you guys.
Well, we ended up being. Those two games were two of the best games of my freshman and sophomore year. But
was the game at Butler? Was that the game that Jordan Crawford was going nuts?
Yep, he was. Yeah.
He was there. Let me tell you, there wasn't one of our biggest strengths when I was there was we didn't usually let the main guys like go off. I mean, our defense was the best thing. That was nice. Our defense was the best thing that we did, and usually we could shut down people and take away their strengths. But he was one of two players when I was there. Him and Marcus Thornton for LSU. We played him, and it was both of those guys were one of two players that was like when they got rolling, there's like nothing that you can do, and it was like so clear that they were NBA level talent, NBA scorers, because they just. I mean, I just remember him just deciding to just take over the game.
Yeah, it was funny because, man, we were on the. I mean, Jordan Crawford obviously was that kind of talent as well. But then I was doing the Sean Miller podcast, and I was watching when Derek Brown was on, I think, and they were talking about. Derek Brown was on the Sean Miller podcast, right? Kat?
I don't think so, actually.
Who was it?
Not yet.
Who was it that was talking about Gordon? Miller was talking about Gordon, saying like, "Really, you're going to let Gordon Hayward go at you like this?" And they still talk about it all the time because they're like, "Oh, Gordon ended up being pretty good there, coach, huh?"
Yeah, he went too bad.
Yeah, I don't remember who was on that.
Oh, I think it was two. I think it was two Holloway.
Was it two?
Was it?
I think it was two.
But yeah, it was. That was.
Well, that's the thing, and I don't know, Gordon, if you have an opinion on this, but like I remember watching Matt Howard play, and obviously he's a fantastic player, but like you watch him on TV, and I'm like, how is this guy just destroying us? And Kenny, I'm probably I'm sure you probably felt the same way at times.
Well, it was his motor, man. He just never stopped.
He was a beast, man.
Matt was one of those players that just did all the little things. I mean, like looking back, the reason why we struggled, I think, against some of the high major teams, and really the reason why we struggled against Duke in the finals was that our center was 6'7". Like Matt was not very tall, but his motor was unreal. His touch was unreal. He did all the little things that you want to have somebody on your team do, just like little things that never show up in the box score, setting the right screens, little just like the offensive rebound tips and stuff like that he would do. He was just one of those guys you want, like when you're doing, you remember when you're just doing practice, you're doing drills and you're first team to 3 points or whatever, it's like his team always won. You always want him on your team.
Yeah.
They had.
What was it like? I got to ask. Go ahead, Ken.
I was just saying, I played against him in Germany. He played for Ulm, either Ulm or Ludwigsburg. I can't remember, but you could plug him into any program because he just he, like you said, he did all the little things that made teams better. But he wasn't playing the 5 in Germany though.
Yeah, well, that's, I think if Matt would have been 6'10", he would have had a much better. I mean, at 6'7", because he really was not a 4. He was definitely more of a 5.
Right.
That made it a little difficult for him.
But they had, because he would have been playing with, and he may have been with John Bryant that year. I can't remember. So they had like a really solid 5 that could step out and shoot, score on the block, so they could put him at the 4 because he was able to hold his own playing defense out on the perimeter and stuff. It wasn't like people were just flying by him, but coming from a 4-man trying to block him out was actually kind of funny to watch. So
yeah.
Gordon, I'm kind of interested in your story because we were looking at it back into your profile. It's like you're an unranked 3-star recruit, and it's like, and then 2 years later you're the 9th overall pick. What was it like just seeing like your career just ascend at such a crazy level? Was it hard to process at that time, like as it just evolved?
Yeah, I mean everything just kind of happened so fast. I mean, I was not recruited hardly at all, and then I go on a big growth spurt, and at the end of high school, but I kind of already committed to Butler at the end of my junior year, and then just went to Butler and kind of kept getting better, and played for the U19 team, the national team, where we played in Auckland, New Zealand. And after that, I think I kind of like got on the radar a little bit, but it wasn't like I was, on top 10 boards or anything like that. And then I think just throughout the season, I really do credit my rise to our team success. I mean, that was such a huge part of the reason why I got drafted. I wasn't a super potential type of guy, and it wasn't like I was a big time ISO scorer. I think coming out of Butler, I don't know if I could have said I did one thing like really, really well. I just did a lot of things like pretty good. And so I think because our team had success, I think some NBA teams liked that. And then after the national championship game, I mean, it just everything happened so fast. You're just like kind of like took a couple weeks to decide what I wanted to do, and then it was like, all right, now we're gonna go and we're gonna leave and go to the NBA. Now we got to do pre-draft, and then you've got this whole couple month long thing where you're flying around the country doing pre-draft workouts, and then the draft finally comes and you get drafted, and then a week later you're at summer league, and then it's like boom, onto your first season, and then it just there's almost no time to ever stop. You're constantly like, all right, now we got summer league, all right, now we got off-season training for the next year. And so it everything happened so fast, and I could have never in a million years guessed that I would have done what I did in the basketball world.
Really cool, man. Would you say there's like a lesson that maybe it was your favorite thing you learned, or maybe your favorite experience from just like, I got to assume that first like 3, 4, 5 years in the NBA just a blur. Like you're just cementing yourself and finding your role and all that kind of stuff, and it went great for you. But what would you say maybe is your favorite thing that you learned in that time, maybe?
That's a good question. I think the hardest thing, I think everyone's journey to the NBA is so different. So I think it's certain. I think some things that maybe were hard for me weren't hard for other people, or vice versa. I would have never. I think the hardest thing is when you come into the NBA is to go from playing, the whole game and getting all the shots and all this to sometimes not playing at all, or just standing around in the corner, or only playing defense. I think that's really hard for young players. And for me, it wasn't as hard because I was just so happy to just be there. I would have never have thought that I was going to be there. So, and on top of that, my team, the Jazz were supposed to be good that year. They still had Jerry Sloan and D. Will, and they traded for Al Jefferson. So, and I think they went to the second round of the playoffs the year before. So they were supposed to be good. And so I really wasn't expected to do much. And so that first year was a lot of just watching and learning and just workouts on the side. And it was kind of just like I was just so grateful to be there that wasn't as hard for me to not play. And then it was like right before the All-Star break, they traded D. Will. Jerry resigns. And so it was like the two guys who you thought would never like get traded or leave the Jazz. Jerry had been there for 27 years, I think. D. Will was an all-star point guard, and and both of them are gone like this. Right. And then it was all of a sudden vets start going down, and now I'm playing the whole game, and it was like everything.
Are you like freaking out? Like, D. Will gets traded out. Are you like freaking out? Like, okay, like now what? Like, am I just gonna get thrown into this fire? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, you don't know I don't know what's going on. And it's just that. It was good to learn on basically on year one, like this is how the NBA works. It's a business. Doesn't matter who you are. Basically, you're tradable. And I saw D. Will that morning. I was handing out gear to the team before the shoot around, and I gave him his gear. Like I handed him his gear, right. And then I go to get on the bus for shoot around, and he comes back to like dap me up, like, "Hey, Rook, like good luck, man." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I just got traded." And it's like, holy cow. Man, like, that's wild. All right. And so then I started playing, and then things slowly got better and better. But I think that was like the hardest thing is that's like the hardest thing for people is that adjustment period of like, unless you are, LeBron or whatever, and you come in and you're just balling right away. But that just doesn't normally happen.
Not Luka.
Yeah.
You would think. But that's got to be different because I'm sure, like, I don't know about you, but like growing up, it's like high school. I feel like there's like a purity to it. You know what I mean? It's like we're one unit, one team, like no matter what. And it's just like, but any moment, like, because at that time it was D. Will and Chris Paul were like the 1 and 2. It was that debate, and it's like to just trade your cornerstone at the drop of a hat like that. That'd be crazy.
That was a big deal, and that was, I think, one of the last trades where it was like. The organization kind of I mean, Jerry ended up resigning, but I think it was like the organization was sticking with the coach, and D. Will wanted out, and now it's much more of a players' league.
Oh yeah, different time for sure. Different time.
You could say that about college now too.
I know everything is so different now, which is a little bit disappointing. I haven't watched too much college, but it seems like it's almost a little bit like mini NBA here. You got people playing for themselves; they're playing for contracts essentially.
Yep.
We've
gotten into that a lot, man. It's like I've always said, and I always will say that I think that these guys deserve to be paid because they make a lot of money for a lot of different organizations, but it just seems like they could have done it in a better way to not just completely turn the whole college game on its head.
Right. And I think hopefully they'll make some adjustments here and start to figure it out, maybe dial it in a little bit more, but yeah, it's almost like the Wild Wild West. It just seems pretty crazy.
Yeah,
and I don't know about Xavier, but it definitely hurts Butler. Like we don't have the alumni
Xavier
to compete with Alabama or as far as the NIL and the budget and all that.
I mean, Xavier's done all right because there's been these big pushes for the final 2% is Xavier's collective, and they've made in the last year and a half, they've made a big push to bring money in. But, like, it's just, in my mind, I'm like, how long can that last for? Because you have people giving money, and at Xavier, I really think it's maybe more of a grassroots thing than other schools because you have people that are just donating $20 a month on subscription plans and things like that. But, man, it's just, how often can Xavier come up with $3, $4, $5 million a year? I don't know.
And even you hit it on the head because it's like, and also too, it's just like Xavier has 6,000. Butler probably has somewhere in that same ballpark too. It's like Alabama's got 52K people a year coming to that school. It's going to be a different level of money.
Yeah, the SEC is like a basketball conference now.
I don't know.
I know. It's wild.
It's like I was laughing the other day because there was an announcer that said that the SEC was the second best league in the world behind the NBA, and like it's funny. Because it's not true, but at the same time, like you look at Auburn, I think that their average age is like 23 or something ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah, they're older than the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah,
wow,
which is wild. But
yeah, that's ridiculous. They're the 1 seed in the West.
Yeah,
man, so we're getting close to tournament time here. Is that when you think back to your college days? Is that still like the tops for you as far as your memories of college basketball playing in the NCAA tournament? Because for me, it's like not even close.
Yeah. It definitely is. That's for me, like personally, I always tell people that I had the most fun playing high school basketball in Indiana. Yeah. Like playing basketball, I had the most fun playing high school basketball. There's just something about high school basketball in Indiana. You're playing with all your friends. And then second and not far behind that was playing at Butler and in March Madness and the NCAA tournament. It's just there's just nothing like it. I mean, it's so exciting. I remember I've never been nervous for a practice before, but when we had the Final Four practice in Indianapolis, there was like 60 or 70,000 people to watch us practice. I mean, it was nuts, and the city was electric. Everyone was buzzing. I mean, it was a really cool moment for sure. If only I would have hit that shot, then it would have been good.
Yeah. It's ridiculous how close that was. Like, do you think about that a lot? Because it's like a ridiculous shot to expect someone to make.
Yeah, I don't. There was a shot before that where I had a baseline fadeaway over Zubek, and that one back rimmed. And so from my angle, I thought it was good. And that's the one that I wish I could have back because that was like one of my favorite shots to shoot.
Yeah.
And that was a realistic attempt. You know what I mean? Right. So.
Yeah. But what a run, though. I mean, it had to have been crazy, too. Like, when you go into Butler, like the expectation level, and even like we look at it now, we're in the Big East, you're in the Horizon League. Like, what an insane run to be in the championship of the NCAA tournament. Like,
I know.
Ridiculous.
It was, and the more insane thing was for them to go back the next year.
Yeah,
that was the even more insane thing because they didn't even really have a great year that second year. I think they they almost had to win the tournament to get in or something like that. My year, everyone. I mean, it was a Cinderella story kind of because of the budgets and just the small Butler program versus Duke and everything. But I think we were pre-ranked 10th in the country to start the year, and then we were ranked 10th to end the year. Like we were good.
Yeah.
It wasn't like this like out of nowhere team. And we were riding such a big winning streak. It was just one of those things where we went undefeated in conference, and it doesn't matter what conference you play in. To do that is so difficult because the teams are studying you, especially for us in the Horizon League. Every single game was the other team's like biggest game of the year, so the fans are all going nuts. But I say that to say we like found ways to win.
Yeah.
And so we were going into that tournament with so much confidence.
Well, more than anybody, having some type of experience in the tournament is going to help you. So those guys coming back the next year and getting back close to the same spot, like obviously they don't have you anymore, but it's having that experience and not feeling like the moment's too big is bigger than anything in the tournament, feeling like you belong there.
No doubt. It was huge. I think they won a bunch of close games that second year. And I think it's that experience of being there and being there. Also for Brad, too, to coaching in those moments before. I mean, I'm sure I've made my coaching debut this year, coaching fourth grade girls basketball. And the more moments that you're in, that you got to draw up a play at the end of the game to win, the better you'll be. So,
are you nervous in those coaching moments?
Oh, I was just hoping that we would score more than 10 points a game, which did not happen that often. So
I coached Kenny's first grade team this year, and it was like, it's rough, man. You're playing against playing with like 7 to 12 years old for you, but like, man, it's rough watching because the hardest part for me with coaching these kids that are like 7 or 8 years old is that like, so much that you do on the basketball court is just as easy as breathing, but for them, they don't know anything. So you don't realize the amount of stuff that you have to explain to them.
Yeah. Well, and it's hard to, it's like, we played on a 10-foot rim with a 28.5 size basketball, which was so stupid. We were playing literally the same dimensions as WNBA players as fourth graders. But you can't, it's hard to play basketball when you're that young because there's so many things the skill level is so low. It's hard. There's no chance. You're not really putting them in places to be successful. So it's constantly travels and turnovers and double dribbles and.
Oh, man.
Not quite the Celtics,
but it is fun to watch. It's fun to watch your kids play, though. It's
no doubt.
So, Gordon, what would you say your top priorities are now in life? And it's got to be wild to go from the day in, day out rigors and pressure of the NBA to, okay, like now that's not a thing. Like, so what would you say is like your day in, day out priorities and things you're most excited about
now? Well, I have a production company and we released a movie last fall. So that was taking up some time. It was called Notice to Quit. It was in theaters across the country, which as an independent movie, I was really proud of that.
Yeah.
And then another former Bulldog, you guys are raining some threes down. Another former Bulldog and one of my good friends, Emerson Campen, and I, we released this shooting tool called Form. And so we've been doing that a bunch and we've gotten really, really positive reviews. And so, beyond just being a dad, I mean, to be honest, by the time you take the kids to school and you got a little bit of time, then pick them back up, your day gets over quickly.
Yeah.
But also I've been playing a bunch of golf.
I heard you picked up golf. You're living on a course now, right?
We do. We live on the course. We've lived on this course for 4 years now, and I never played it. Now I've got a bet with somebody. I got to break 90 by May 17th. So I got some work to do. I think the best I've shot is 93.
Close.
So I'm close.
So who's a better golfer than Kenny? You or Gordon?
Gordon. My goal this year is to break 100.
Okay.
Dude, I've probably played golf 20 times in my life, and 15 of them are in like the last 2 years. So
we're in a similar boat then. My whole thing was about golf was it's just the more you play, the better you'll be. Yeah. And so, but it's a time you got to put in the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Time, money, everything.
It's just it's hard to pick up and play. It's kind of frustrating.
But it's very fun though.
It's awesome.
I'm already thinking about it. My neighbor and my buddies have all been texting me for the last 2 weeks. Like the weather's hitting like 50 degrees here, and they're like, "Should we go out and get a round in real quick?" I'm like, "Guys, no." But no, I'm excited to get it going. They have I was telling them earlier today when we went out, when you were in Kiowa with us, with me and Emily and all them, how you're on this little island, and there's like maybe 6,000 people that are on that island at any given time, and we're walking around those little shops, and I turned around, and for the first time in my life, it wasn't like a bunch of people talking to me. There was like 50 people behind us. And you stopped and did autographs and took pictures for like 45 minutes on this little ass island that it was wild, dude. I mean,
that seems like a long time ago that we were in Kiowa. We got to go back.
We go back every year, man.
I know. I got to get everyone to go back. It's not that far from us.
No. Well, Uncle Rob doesn't really like Kiowa because of the alligators.
We can go there and just all of us. Now that I play golf, we can go there and just play golf and leave everyone else at the house.
Yeah, we're planning on playing a couple rounds this year when we go down because we're going down with Emily's some family friends of Emily, so it should be fun.
Gotcha.
I don't think we're playing the island course though. I don't think there's enough golf balls in the world for me to play the island course or the ocean course.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
It's ugly.
But man, it's great to have you on here, man. I feel like we talk like once every couple years, but it's always good catching up with you.
Yeah. Have you guys? Do you guys do this for every game?
Every away game, yeah.
Every away game. Why every away game?
Because the people are watching. Most of the people that watch us now are at the arena when they play.
I gotcha.
So, but
have you guys? Is the college game? Are college players shooting more threes just like NBA players are too? Is that also a thing?
Yeah, dude.
Definitely.
You should see Tennessee play. Tennessee shoots like between 45 and 50 threes a game.
Dang.
It's crazy. and they only shoot like 27%.
Are they all like step back threes? Are they difficult threes? Are they open threes?
A little bit of both. But dude, it's crazy how much more people shoot threes now. But it's when we were in school, I still can remember Coach Miller talking about like, you got to be able to shoot 30% from three if you want to be like a shooter on our team.
Right.
Yeah. Now it's like 40% is that number where it's like you're considered a good shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you better be shooting open threes.
Right.
We're not shooting step back contested threes.
No. So, I mean, all these kids grew up watching Steph Curry, man.
Yeah. I know. It is a completely different game now.
Well, you guys literally went through it and saw the game change through your entire career. Like when you come in 2008, 2009, it is a different game, and it transformed as you were playing, which is kind of wild. Yeah. I mean, you could literally, those kind of players like a Matt Howard, for example, almost is extinct at this point, like a back to the basket big like that.
But then you have like, when I was probably like from 2008 or 2000 to 2008, I can remember being like, dude, I'm 7 foot tall. I'm going to the NBA. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then it was like from like 2008 to 2012 or 2006 to 2012, the game started changing so much and people were going away from the big guys, and they needed somebody that could step out and shoot threes and guard on the perimeter, switch ball screens, do all that stuff. So the game really, really passed me by in less than a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was my first couple years, it was double bigs. Every team had two bigs.
Right.
And you would generally just alternate. A lot of teams just alternated throwing it into the post for either of those bigs, or you ran pick and roll. And that was the offense.
Right. Now
it's changed so much, man. Like even like at the end of your era, you know what I mean? Like it still had changed a lot. And I was wondering, what was like? Do you have a favorite NBA team that you played for? Or favorite team that you played with, or favorite
players? My last year with the Jazz was my favorite year. And we had a bunch of guys that clicked, just personality wise. That year we beat the Clippers in a Game 7 in LA, which was the end of Lob City.
Yep.
Which was really cool to be a part of. So that was my favorite, probably my favorite team that I played for.
Yeah, no question.
We got another former Xavier basketball player in here, CJ Anderson. He would have been.
What's up, Weez?
He would have been on the team my freshman year when you guys played at Cintas.
Okay.
That was, dude. I don't know if I can even explain to you how hard our practice was the day after we played you guys, because Matt Howard got so many offensive rebounds. He got 2 offensive rebounds on his own free throws, and you would have thought that I committed murder.
Yeah, I can see as a coach that would be pretty frustrating.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, we were watching like the Sports Center highlight of that game, and it was just like you could tell, Kenny, like it was showing like the on-court scene of the last like 15 seconds, just Mac running around going crazy and all the players going crazy. Like I would love to hear what that scene was like the next 5 minutes, like walking in the locker room. Obviously, a water fountain was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Well, they had. I mean, so. I don't know, Gordon, I don't know if I've ever told you about it, but when we went back there, I was obviously pretty angry. We were all angry. And I just the water fountain was just kind of in my way at that point, and I just stomped it off the wall. And I felt I felt really bad because I went walking. Well, Mario Mercurio is still with Xavier. I can't remember what his title is now. He was the DBO back then. But he comes walking in, he was like, "Jesus Christ, fellas." And I go walking out there, and there's like 2 managers that are like Butler managers that are like trying to plug their thumbs into the pipes of the water, and there's just water spraying everywhere. And they, like after that anger wears off, when I was walking out, I felt awful about it, but it's not like I couldn't tell anybody that at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just a level, Kenny, there's just like it's like when I had like the first like time I realized I had no future in basketball. Like I felt like an alley-oop when I'm in the 6th grade. I'm like, yeah, I have no future in this. But like the fact that you can stomp a water fountain just out of pure like anger and adrenaline is like, I don't care how adrenaline fueled I am, Kenny. It might like just budge. Like, dude, okay, you messed up the faucet, but it's fine.
You're gonna tear your ACL.
Yeah, right. I hurt myself. Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't like I feel like I was just seeing red because I don't have any like specific memories of actually doing it, but I know that it happened.
That was insane.
I've heard that it's happened.
Yeah, and it's funny that they keep referencing it. Like I think Xavier won at Butler during the Xavier McCure era, and like they post like Xavier McCure drinking from the water fountain. So I think it's funny they stayed like cheeky with that. But yeah, Gordon, look, like all these threes. I mean, it's like 1 pass 3. I saw this chart of the NBA. I think it was from like 1980 to I think like 20. And just the incline of threes taken per year is just insane.
Yeah.
I'm looking to see. Coop, do you have the stats pulled up right now?
Yeah, Xavier's 5 of 11 from deep, Butler 7 of 10. So both teams shooting the ball well from deep.
Yeah, I think it's just it's like the quick threes that bother fans.
Yeah.
Where it's like that 3 by McCaffrey, like that was a wide open corner 3. Like I think everyone's happy about that.
Right.
But sometimes it's like just a couple sometimes no pass 3s or 1 pass 3s.
The heat checks without being on a heater.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the ones where it's like, this is, I think, so many casual basketball like players that go to the Y, and everyone has that dude on the team that every time he gets the ball, he jacks up a 3. It's like, we don't need that right now.
Yeah, my parking 2K is pretty rough these days. But like, I'm sure you've probably seen the rhetoric about the NBA, having a tough year ratings wise and all that kind of stuff. Like, do you have any feedback on that, or do you kind of agree with that rhetoric?
It does feel like the NBA is in a little bit of a tough spot just because it does feel like a pickup game, and it feels like I don't know. It feels like it is. It's just too many threes, too many bad shots. I think the skill in the NBA has never been higher. And I think because of that, I think that's why you have so many people trying to get in their bag and shoot threes and do all this stuff. And I don't think the skill was nearly as high years ago. You know, there were the main guys, and that's why the main guys shot all the shots. But I don't know. I think there's also something maybe to be said, like, well, maybe the ratings are down because people just, like, the younger generations just aren't watching basketball games anymore, aren't watching sports games anymore.
Right.
Like, I don't know exactly what the numbers are saying, but I know it's hard. It's really hard to get my kids to watch any of that. Like, the kids, they have this on-demand everything, and Absolutely. You just get highlights of everything, like, immediately. Like, why would I watch the game?
Well, and there's all the different streaming services that you have.
And there's all the streaming services, yeah.
So, but
why would I watch the game when I can watch the Roll Blob podcast, talk to Gordon Hayward? You know,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah. But I've said, I mean, for a while now, I've talked about how the NBA, as far as like the leagues in the world, they've always had the highest level talent players, but the level of basketball is not. Like when you watch EuroLeague games, those games are still super fun to watch because it's, I mean, like in my opinion, defensive 3 seconds, all the hand checking stuff they call in the NBA, like it makes the game less fun to watch, and they're just trying to get scores in the hundreds. And at a certain point, it becomes like it becomes more of a show for entertainment than an actually good basketball game. And then you go watch these guys play in the Olympics, and that's fun to watch because they're playing with real basketball rules. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's definitely they want the stars to score. They want those clips. They want those highlights. They want the stats. They want all that, and so the rules are tailored for that. It's definitely easier to score in the NBA than it is to score in college.
Well, no question. Towards the end of your career, did that become frustrating for you as a player, or was it just like you just kind of know it's happening, but you know you're just playing through it? Like just the style.
You mean it's as far as yeah. I mean some of that's based on who you're playing with and stuff. But it was definitely frustrating. Shot selection with every team is always an issue. I mean, no one's ever, unless you're the one getting all the shots, no one's ever happy. But it's just the amount of bad shots and the amount of I don't know what the word is, but it's like it's human nature. But so like I get it, but it's like, and maybe it's because I don't know. It's like. That's the thing that's kind of pulling this all back again with college. It's like you wanted to win so badly that you broke the water fountain. Like I don't know if kids these days want to do that. They just want to get their numbers.
Yeah.
And same thing in the NBA. Like they just want to get their points, and they don't really care about winning.
Yeah.
And so that's what's frustrating. And like I said, I get it because there's so much money now. Like you're trying to get the contracts and all that stuff, and then usually later in your career you're like, oh, I guess now I'll worry about winning. So it's human nature, but I think the fans want to see people try to win.
Yeah.
You know?
100%. And another thing fans want to see are great jerseys. And Gordon, I see one framed behind you that I think is one of the best jerseys of all time. And you played on some teams that had some really sweet jerseys. The Jazz, the throwback Jazz uniforms.
You like the Hornets jersey, huh?
I love the Hornets jersey. Man. What if you had to pick one jersey that you'd say this is my favorite one, whether it's a throwback or just a regular uniform, and then at the NBA level, what would you go with?
Like looks wise?
Yeah, just looks wise.
Let's see. Yeah, I like the Hornets jerseys. I think I could go with that too. I like the teal colorway.
Yeah, that's a good.
It's hard to beat the Boston Classic green jerseys though.
Yeah, that was such a clean look. I know. I gotta
but
go.
I played with it. Go ahead.
Maybe 2000s brown and blue Nuggets.
Yeah. Well, I was just about to say the old Jazz uniforms before I got there, and they changed the logo. I think they've since changed it again.
Yeah.
But like the mountains, the purple and white with the mountains, like the John Stockton, Karl Malone Jazz jerseys, those were sweet. There was also one year, Kenny, I don't know if you remember the NBA. They did T-shirt. They did like shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that? That was crazy. those lasted like one season, and those were out.
Yeah,
those were crazy.
Those were wild.
I mean, I want to know. I would have liked to have been in that meeting. The person that decided, like, we should try this, and everybody was like, "Yeah, that's a good idea." Like, there's no way anybody thought that was going to be successful.
The Christmas Day ones were cool.
The old ones were cool. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, those were cool. All right, Gordon. What's your favorite either basketball doc or basketball movie? You say Hoosiers, you're gonna have trouble.
Hoosiers' favorite movie. Basketball movie.
He's from Indiana.
Really...
We'll give it to him.
You don't like the movie Hoosiers?
I actually do like it.
No, I actually do like it. It's just
fun fact about that movie is that in the regional game, it was filmed in Brownsburg, which is the high school I went to, the town that I'm from. Oh. And my aunt was in the crowd as an extra.
Oh, wow. In hindsight, asking an Indiana guy that question was really stupid.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I went to Butler, so obviously they play at Butler. And...
Yeah. No, that just. I mean, what would be yours, Cap?
Me?
I mean, for me, it's Hoosiers 100%. It's not even close.
I'm going Coach Carter, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, you're young. You're younger though.
But The Last Dance is awesome, and I actually just watched The Last Days of Night, 30 for 30, which it was kind of like a Bob Knight kind of. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm a big like sports documentary kind of guy.
Did you watch the Malice at the Palace one?
Oh, fire!
That one was sweet.
You talk about a different era. They were like, I saw a final score between the Pistons and the Pacers, and it was like 71 to like 59 final. Like,
yeah,
you talk about a different era. Yeah. The Cavs scored like 139 last night with their eyes closed.
So that is one thing. It's like almost like some of these stats and scoring records are going to have like asterisks by them.
Yeah.
It's like 40 is the new 30.
You're right.
Or no, the other way around.
I like you're talking age, right? Because that's good for us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, but,
well, that too.
But
40 is the old 30.
You're 100% right. You look at these games now, and the over-unders when you're betting on the NBA is like 240, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know. I struggle to watch the NBA because it
makes it so much more impressive, like what Jordan did, like scoring like 37 in a season with that kind of congested NBA is nuts, you know.
Yeah.
He was shooting like 28 times a game, but yes.
You're not wrong, but taking a beating and playing all 82.
He did take a beating.
He did take a beating. Like, we're watching the Cavs game, and it's like you're sitting your best. Like, no disrespect. I mean, get your rest. I don't know that day-to-day grind, but like to be sitting your best player, and it just kind of feels like every game doesn't necessarily matter. And I feel like the fans can see that. You know what I mean? It's pretty clear when passion is there and passion's not.
Yeah.
It just feels like you said, and I think we talked about this on the college level, Kenny, is like, I don't think you're seeing that same level of day-to-day passion to win. To care about your school.
I think that people want to win, but they don't hate to lose. That's the big difference, I think.
That's a good. That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I like that.
And it's like it's just frustrating, especially when I'm super passionate about Xavier basketball, just because. I mean, as far as basketball is concerned, I don't really watch the NBA. I don't have a basketball team outside of this, so like, I get really hyped up for Xavier basketball, and the part that's so frustrating for me is like when you watch the crosstown shootout, these guys just don't have the hatred for UC that I had from the moment that I stepped on the court. And
some of that has to be contributed to the fact that these dudes are on like their third or fourth school.
Right, 100%.
Like,
that's exactly.
How do you even?
Yeah.
How many rivals can you really have in a 4-year period? Like, at some point, you're going to start being like, all right, well, this is just another school's.
Yeah, exactly.
Thing. Yeah.
So I don't know, but I said, I'm not against these guys getting paid. I just think that they need to come up with a way to have some continuity in college basketball again. Like, we get Conwell this year, who like at the end of this year, God forbid, I hope it doesn't happen, but he could be like, hey, I want to go play on a different school, and he played 2 years at Indiana State, and then he's got one more year to play college somewhere else. He could just leave, and it would be like, I don't know.
See,
it's just
yeah.
it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could see him going to some school in the SEC or Duke or something like that.
For sure.
Yeah.
You could definitely see that.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is with the transfer portal. Like, I get it whenever if they have a 5th year and they spent like Quincy Oliveri did last year. He sat Rice for 4 years, comes to Xavier for 1. That's cool. When it is weird is whenever you look at guys' college careers once they're done playing and it's 4 schools. Like, they're free agents after every year. And if it's going to be the mini NBA, like, of course there's free agency in the NBA, but in college, how can you prepare a roster and like expect any consistency when it's a brand new group of guys like free agents?
I think we turned over 9 guys last year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's tough. Plus, as fans, and then it's hard to like see someone and root for them and develop and all that.
I mean, I was just talking about the other day. I mean, I had to go through. It feels like you need to have a doctorate to understand who has what years left and all that stuff. Like, there's guys that are seniors and graduates and juniors that have 2 years left, graduates that have a year left, seniors that have 3 years left, and you're like, holy shit! Like, who's going to be on the team next year? Just tell me.
Right, it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. But that's the state of college basketball right now is just weird like that. But the thing that I wish that they would do is they would just take it back to, if your coach leaves, you can leave without taking a year off. But if you just made people sit a year, it would stop all this. You could keep the money the exact way it is right now and take away the transfer portal, and it would be fine.
Yeah.
Man, John Hughley's on the bench taking full advantage of the raised court, using it as his footrest.
Hughley is?
Dude, that's always been super weird to me, like the raised court.
Oh, man, dude, I can't. I hated that. We played, because Butler's not the only place that does that, right? There's a couple other
places. Right, Minnesota does it. I know them off the top of my head.
I want to say maybe Georgia, too.
You ever seen Vandy's arena?
Vandy's is weird.
Vandy's is super weird. Theirs is so gross.
It freaks me out, man. It breaks my heart, honestly.
It really does. It is heartbreaking, I'll give you that.
Conwell,
which was not heartbreaking for 3 of the 4 of us, that shot. I think Kenny hated it.
Yeah.
Hey, there's 5 of us here. I can't even count.
Oh, wait, there are 1, 2, 3. Wait. What? No, there's not. There's
I don't know. I saw 2 of us there,
Where did Conwell go to school?
Indiana
he was
State.
at Indiana State. Oh, high school.
Let's see.
Says he's from Indianapolis.
I got to imagine high school was nuts in Indiana.
Yeah, it was. It's pretty sweet. I wish they would have kept class basketball, but
yeah,
he went to Pike.
That's right next to Brownsburg.
Nice. Were you an IU guy growing up?
No, both my parents are Purdue grads, so I was brainwashed to go to Purdue my whole life.
Gene Katie guy.
That's right.
You don't own any candy.
But my wife's side of the family is all IU.
Oh God!
So, but I went to Butler, so I mean, it doesn't. I don't really care.
Indiana basketball is pretty freaking awesome.
Well, and
Kenny
Rob is not just a little bit IU. He is big time IU.
Well, yeah.
What's the favorite arena you've played in other than Hinkle in college?
Gotta be
in college.
Other than
yeah, I mean, it was more. It kind of was more like the atmosphere, and that was Cintas was a really good atmosphere. It's hard to say because there were so like I was saying, all of our games in the Horizon League. The one thing that was really cool was because we were one of the like big fish in a small pond. Like all the road games we played were like sold out, packed because we were like the only ranked team in the whole conference, and the game would be on TV sometimes. So that all those little gyms, like Valparaiso is a super small gym, but it was standing room only, and it was packed and loud, and those are the games. Sometimes the big, huge arenas aren't as fun to play in. Like when we played the Lucas Oil game, like that one, you're on this like raised court and there's nothing around, so it's like you're kind of playing out in the park outside. Like it just isn't to me as fun of an atmosphere as when the fans are right on top of you. It's a smaller gym, so it's really loud.
Yeah.
All those games to me are the really, really fun games to play in.
Dude, we had to play at at St. Bonaventure. I don't know if you've ever seen that gym before.
I
think my high school gym is about 2 times the size of that one. It was like, you know what else? Another one that was crazy, and I know you're friends with Julian Mavunga. Miami of Ohio was a crazy place to play.
Yeah, that place was an interesting arena.
Yeah,
it is.
Dude, well, every single time, I've talked about this like 100 times, I feel like, probably on this podcast, but I still laugh every time he would score. The announcer, did you ever watch him play in college?
I went a couple times.
Every single time he would score, they would say, Julian Mavunga, Vunga, Vunga. You remember that?
That's right.
Dude, it was, and I was guarding him, so it pissed me off. But, how's he doing these days?
Julian's played overseas. I think he spent the most years in Japan, but he's back in Indianapolis now. So
he's a good dude, man.
Yeah, great dude.
I haven't seen him in a long time. The last time I saw him was probably at Brick Street at Miami of Ohio.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I gotta go help with.
I'll catch you later, man. We appreciate you coming on.
These kids' duties, putting them to bed.
But yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate you guys letting me come on and chat a little bit.
Yep. We'll talk.
Appreciate your time, for real. Thank you.
If Xavier gets in, I'll root for a Big East team if Xavier gets in.
My man.
All right, perfect.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it,
See you guys.
See you, man.
Hey, have a good night, man. Thank you. Well, we just changed Gordon Hayward's life.
Yep, that's right. But yeah, really cool. Hopefully everyone in the chat and everyone watching enjoyed that. We'll definitely talk more about the game that's happening in front of us in the second halftime right now. Xavier up 44-40. Ryan Conwell, though, Kenny.
Is there a game on right now?
Yeah, right. But Ryan Conwell he's just been on fire. Fire started by StarterKing.us, but 14 points in the first half. I feel like these last, on this 5-game winning streak, Conwell's just been on another planet, it feels like.
I know. I literally haven't paid attention to this game at all. So
I've just seen the ball go in from time to time. I'm with you, Kenny. It's gonna take a second to kind of adjust.
I saw Big John make a 3 though.
I did see that. Of course,
he's got does he have a couple threes?
What's Big John doing? His field goal percentage is crazy lately, by the way.
Yep, John Hughley. No, he just has 1 3. Conwell has 4. Davion McKnight has 1.
Okay.
So Xavier shooting from 3, 6 of 15. Fremantle has 8 points. He's second behind Conwell in scoring, and Jerome Hunter's added 6.
Dude, that was so cool.
Dalen Swain 6 rebounds and 6 points, by the way,
and a really cool dunk with his tongue out.
He
loves sticking the tongue out on a breakaway dunk.
Who doesn't?
Yeah,
I would if I could.
Me too. And doing this.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Kenny, real quick, can we unpack the interview real quick, just for like 2 seconds, because that was freaking cool.
Dude, he's a great guy.
That was cool of him to do that, dude. But here's the thing, fellas. I remember when you wanted to join the podcast. If he asks to join the podcast full time, we say no, right?
We're gonna have to at this point.
Yeah,
my ego's too big for that.
You have to. No, but that was awesome, dude.
I wish I could get. I'm trying to get the stream put back to normal. There we go.
All my homies love Kansas State.
Yeah, big Kansas State Wildcat fans. A great uniform.
And all my homies hate Jerry Palm, by the way. Has the first 4 out.
Jerry Palm. This is the first time I've heard of Jerry Palm. So
he's in my first 1 out.
Yeah.
Jerry Palm.
Oh man.
Give him a Jerry Fish.
Can we move up Coop and Cap the 8? How do you say that?
The asymmetry.
Asymmetry.
Hi, Emily.
No, that's where people are buried. Asymmetry.
What do we need done, Kenny?
You know what?
I'm a pretty asymmetric
Emily comes in here for the first time all year, and she's going to talk about my symmetry.
Shots fired.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, we got the queen in the chat.
And usually I hear people say "Oh, Kenny Freese, yeah, the guy that's obsessed with symmetry." Yeah. I'm like, yeah, that's him.
That's the guy.
Yeah,
the symmetric guy.
I mean, it's debilitating how much I like symmetry.
I thought his middle name was Symmetry. Yeah, that's what I do. Ooh, I got that post-interview high. That was fun, man.
Dude.
I can't believe we asked him all those questions. I didn't get to ask him about how Kobe Bryant gave him advice after he got injured, which is crazy. Yeah, dude, crazy. We are one connection away from Kyrie Irving.
We just got a subscription. I didn't even know that I had that thing set up.
Oh,
thank you.
Oh, that's cool.
Probably it was Hayward. Tom Sentliver. That's Emily's uncle.
Hey. Oh,
Uncle
Paula Wally's definitely getting work done, in my unprofessional opinion.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
No question.
Botox is just shots. Don't worry about it. It's just shots.
Lil Jon rapped about it, dude.
You're not gonna.
It's probably what he's talking about, Botox. I gotta think. Kenny on Brick Street.
Chuck it in the trash.
Oh,
dude,
shoot.
Brick Street, man. That place was insane.
What? The church?
Yeah, right. I walked into Brick Street after a Kid Cudi concert, I think. And
Ooh.
walked in there. Joey Mavunga is standing there, and it's like, he's got a ton of people around him, and he was like, "Hey, can I get you a drink?" And I was like, "Sure." And he goes walking over, and there was and I don't know what the correct term is these days. I'm not trying to get canceled, but there was a midget that was just like running around the bar.
Little person.
He was just running around the bar, like on top of the bar, just running.
Oh,
around.
That's cool.
It was pretty wild to see, if I have to say so.
To be fair, a lot of people are little people to Kenny.
That's
yeah,
right.
it's like he wasn't. He was 5'7".
He's little. Yeah, exactly. You're right. He's 5'5".
Yeah.
He's little.
Man. Dude, that was a lot of fun. I haven't talked to Gordon in a little bit. He's the experience that he's had, as far as just like all the different places he's played, the moments he's been in, like I can't really, other than like winning an NBA Finals game or an NBA Finals or actually winning the championship, he's literally done everything else that you can do in a basketball career.
There are stories that you could write like 6 books with. I mean, dude, he crushed the Lob City Clippers, dude. Like a legendary NBA team. Like,
right.
I mean, he's got a ton that he could have talked about. It was really, really cool to have him on.
We'll get him on again next year for the Xavier at Butler game.
Yearly staple, baby.
Yep.
Yearly staple. Gordon, for the last time, no, you can't be a full-time member. It's a one-a-year thing, unless we play an NCAA tournament.
Ahmad says, has Gordon hosted the Roll Blob Pod? I guess he hasn't done everything.
Yeah, that is true. That in Ahmad has won a blobby, and Gordon hasn't.
Put some respect.
He's not to be trifled with.
No, he's not.
And we might have some new awards coming out soon. It's in the works. I don't want to say too much because it's going to be shocking. It's going to be just an unprecedented level of achievement. And we meaning Kenny thought of it this morning.
Right.
That's all we can say.
Yeah.
After a trip to Menards.
Roll Blob Pods and Associates.
Roll Blob Pods and Associates. That's all we can say.
There are more than one associate.
Dude, we have to do that. What you talked
about.
Yeah. You have to.
You have to.
Yeah.
I love a good skit.
Xavier Baseball had the early lead 1-0, but Tennessee's the best team in the country. Reigning champs, up 11-1. I mean, we can't. It's
not over.
It's not over.
Is it like in cricket? Like you need like 12 more runs to.
Yeah, I mean it's essentially the same thing.
They should have a cricket team.
Xavier Cricket.
We could launch it.
We might.
That'd be awesome, dude.
Dude,
that would be so much fun. Ridiculous sizing of the state on the Alabama court, by the way.
It is. I don't think it's hateful.
But it's not hateful, but we're pushing it.
Yeah.
I know the SEC thinks it's all like hot shit right now. But
One second, I got to make a phone call. You guys chat amongst yourselves.
We'll stay symmetric.
Yes, we will stay symmetric. But I don't know. What do you want to talk about, Cap? We can say anything. Kenny can't hear us probably.
Yeah.
But
he's probably texting us right now, like, guys.
He's calling me. Hold on.
Oh shoot! Yeah.
Hello, Kenny.
Associate speaking.
Yeah, we can hear you.
No, man, I'm just trying to like get tapped into what's going on in the game, what's going on with the chat, because that was a cool interview. Second biggest person we've ever had, probably. But yeah, man. So
what,
Coop,
in like terms of height?
I was talking about name.
Oh,
like name length.
Name length.
Yeah, 14 letters is a lot. But anyway, now man, like I'm just ready to get tapped in this game. I think we're off. We're looking good.
Who would be the first?
Sometimes I just be saying shit.
Oh, okay.
But now, man, I feel like we're looking good. What's the score?
It's 44-40 Xavier.
It feels like we're up by more based off of the 3 minutes combined.
Hey, that's a high-scoring first half. Xavier's kind of been doing that, though. I mean, there's been some high-scoring games. What's Butler shooting? Let's see.
What's chat want to talk about?
8 of 13 from 3.
We touched on the practice looks on Butler from free. Yeah, they did get a lot of open looks. Yeah, it does feel like we're paying Xavier's pace a mod. And I agree. I think if both teams are playing their best basketball, I feel pretty good. But you can't, like you said, you can't give them practice threes. I hope Scuba's chugging some beers right now.
I don't think he'd do that.
Nah, that's out of his character.
I am curious, though, to anyone who is watching the game on TV. We're obviously watching it. We just can't watch it with volume. But how's the crowd sounding? I know there's a lot of Xavier fans there.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's still going to be a home game for Butler, obviously.
And if you're at the game and you're watching this, I'd question you.
Yeah. Hinkle doesn't seem like a place that has Wi-Fi. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, I feel like it's got to be one of those
I've heard they have
places
troughs that you pee in. Like they don't have urinals, they have troughs.
Wrigley Field's like that, and I went and I'm like, you know what? I'll wait till I find a Panera Bread or something.
Dude, we have people committed to the game listening to this audio, so I'm not sure. Respect. Ahmad says the crowd exists, which I would assume is good.
Usually.
Hinkle wasn't sold out. That's wild.
Yeah.
Honestly, hard to tell from TV. It seems relatively rowdy. Yeah, I also seem relatively rowdy, so that's good. I mean, but yeah, it seemed like there was a pretty big contingent, and I liked seeing the support on Twitter, of let's get after the game here.
Yeah.
You got to have it, man. You got to have it.
Yeah.
And this feels very trappy.
It does.
Feels very trappy.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it. The worst thing that would happen would be just the emotional roller coaster of beating Creighton and then either of these next two games, especially this one.
But this one feels like it's their senior night on the road. The game immediately after, you just exhausted a lot of emotion.
Right.
So this seems like the one that would trip you up. And I feel like our Xavier night, you have to have it to get in. We'll finish the job. I would like to think. Solo show, finally. All right, guys. What you all been waiting for? Oh, hey, buddy.
Oh, hey.
What's up, twin?
Yeah.
I was just about to start talking shit about everybody. So
stay blobbing.
Before we get canceled.
Yeah.
Steve Lapis, you dog.
There's someone in the back throwing up an X. Yeah, they said it was like Hawaiian night or something at Butler. Yeah, they have like
what is less Hawaiian than
like
Margaritaville?
Like it's Ash Wednesday.
Yeah.
What's that have to do with? I don't know. Maybe there's some connection, but
I would be interested to know what it is.
I don't know what it'd be.
Stupid freaking dude, Butler. It was really hard not to talk shit about Butler when Gordon was on.
Matt, yes, you did miss Gordon Hayward's appearance. He was on for the entire first half, but I don't know if you can. Yeah, you can rewind it on YouTube.
He just came on and said Xavier sucks and left.
I'm back, boys.
Hey, the big dog's back.
What did I miss?
I don't remember.
Were you guys talking with the associates?
The Roll Blob and Associates.
We were. We yelled at them for you. They had to get it together. Yeah.
Oh,
why else have an associate? We have an intern too.
We do. Haven't talked to them in a while, but we do.
Just like the associate.
All right, here we go. We're back.
The second half from, what's that say? Hancock Health. Hinkle Fieldhouse.
Hinkle Fieldhouse. The Hancock Health Hinkle Fieldhouse.
I think we'll watch more of this half than the last one.
Probably. I kind of forgot there was a game going on when we were talking to Gordon.
I'm going to try to do something.
Unless you're just going to get, like, I don't know, LaMelo Ball on the podcast or something.
Which we might.
Yeah, could have. At this point, if you had told me, like, 3 years ago, you're going to be interviewing Gordon Hayward, I'm like, no way.
Oh, I would have been like, oh.
Yeah, it'll be you, Kenny. It'll be you, Kenny, and Coop. Kenny Freeze will be on the podcast. You'll be interviewing Gordon Hayward during the Butler game. I'll be like, okay, well, you live in a fantasy land.
Well, there's Dalen Swain.
I know him.
Oh, really?
I know of him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can stay up with. I will say, I wasn't perfect, but I had the score pretty much set up for that for the first half. So.
Well, you're perfect in our hearts, Kenny.
Kansas State losing to Cincinnati right now.
Don't love that.
Man, that's a low-scoring game at halftime.
It's almost like those teams don't have offensive talent.
I mean, it's a cat fight.
Dude,
very good.
A
Huggins battle.
How did we lose to Cincinnati?
Dude, I've been thinking about it a lot, too. It's a joke. I said it even then, but I think they were ranked at the time. I'm like, that team's just not good. They're just not. That UC team is just not very good. They're not terrible. Oh, Sean call. I like that a lot.
Paula,
we need to see
Paula,
if
we did. Was it that game? Was it St. John's that I had Georgetown up the entire game for the scoreboard?
I think so.
That was a low point for me for sure.
Kenny, to be doing all of this on the side, be the tech support. I don't even know how you figured this stuff out, by the way.
A lot of research.
A
lot of R&D.
Yeah. I don't care what anybody says. You worked your tail off.
Well, it's fun to do, so that makes it easier.
I'm glad you enjoy it. It's been a fun ride, man. It'll be a more fun ride if Xavier's name is called on the CBS selection show.
Yeah, that would be great.
Because as much fun as it was watching Quincy beat the record, I would rather be streaming a March Madness game than an NIT game or a Crown game. I'm not a big Crown guy.
Okay, so I think that the Crown obviously is meaningless and it's a cash grab, but but I do think that the premise of it being in Vegas and all in 1 week is a pretty cool basketball event. I just wish that it meant something other than just watching some meaningless basketball games.
Oh, Kenya, something just popped in my head. So I heard that the NCAA football video game has done so well that there's talks of a college basketball video game.
I know.
Content.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
So we're going into the 2044-2045 Xavier basketball season.
They've won 14 years in a row.
Yeah, 14 consecutive championships.
Greatest college basketball dynasty of all time.
Would enjoy that quite a bit.
As long as we can change the uniforms, that's all I really care about in video games is what uniform combinations are available.
1,000%.
I have to admit. Oh, wow.
Oh!
Nice finish.
Sheesh.
This has a foot on throat implication, I feel like, right here, Kenny. You can really start to... I'm glad Gordon's not here because now I get to just go full. Let's freaking go!
Dude, I thought
that was a beautiful move by Swain.
I know.
Because you got to be nice with the guest. Like, all right, like Butler, act like I don't hate you.
Hey, he did say he would root for Xavier though in the tournament if they make it.
My man.
Hey, here we go. Trivia question from Jack. 2013 of the 11 Big East teams have won a Big East title, regular season or tournament. I mean, at least one. We know that. So since 2013, okay, well, we've got Villanova. We've got Xavier. We've got Creighton. We've got UConn. I think Marquette. Now we've got St. John's, if I didn't already say that.
Is it including this year?
I don't know. It is now. Yeah, Seton Hall.
Seton Hall got one?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got it. I think Providence got one. Big East tournament championship.
So I'm gonna say 8.
Well, the answer
I like that
is
answer.
in there.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't help me. It's 9. Everyone except DePaul and Butler. Wow, that's kind of crazy.
That is kind of crazy.
They call that parity.
They do call that parity.
Which is like parity with a T, parity with a Y or a D. I mean, it's completely different.
Did you change your mic and your camera?
No.
Your voice is coming through like a second after you say stuff. I can see your mouth moving and then it...
Oh, I've been practicing ventriloquism. That could be it.
Nice. Well, can you try and leave and come back in, see if it fixes it? Because it's...
Yes, BRB.
It looks like...
So how do the associates for you?
Yeah. The Running Man was a Creighton logo? That's disgusting. All right, talk.
Talk.
How we looking?
Oh, yeah, now we're back.
We're so back.
Bracking back. Dude, how is Eric Dixon scoring 24 points a game in college?
Yeah, it's 24 points a game. I mean, who leads, like, from the big four conferences? Who has the highest points per game? That's got to be...
I'm going to find out.
I'll find out right now. I don't care.
I don't care.
Just do it.
NCAA.
Just do it.
Scoring.
I have a massive pimple coming in. You can feel it.
It's those middle of the night protein shakes.
They'll get you. They will get you every time.
Favorite form of potato?
That Dutch oven goes crazy. Favorite form of potato? That's a good question. Good question.
I feel like I've answered this before. I'm going to go with potato skins.
Oh, he's a skin man.
Yeah.
I'm going twice baked.
But Fridays potato skins.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
Specifically theirs, yeah. I used to be a huge potato skin guy.
I haven't had a potato skin in probably since college.
Well, let's change that.
But I think about them often.
And the answer is Eric Dixon.
Yeah.
So, Kenny, let me get this straight. Your favorite form of potato you haven't had in over a decade?
Yeah, I did. It's like, how often are you going to just, like, make them, right? And then when I don't go to Fridays very much, and that's where I get them from.
Well, it's impossible to go to Fridays. There's like 2 left.
Oh, Dalen.
And then he looked at him.
Oh, Dalen's got some disrespect to his game. Oh man.
Short shorts.
The short shorts. I got the Dante Maddoxes on tonight.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
They're going to need another timeout here, I think.
I've been to the gym twice in the past week, so it's getting pretty serious.
Not to brag.
Yeah. I really
don't
Get on
that ball.
Let's go, baby. Oh, my God. A running hook.
The scoop.
Zach Fremantle, known pickpocketer.
Fremantle up to 14 points.
Shouts to Ahmad, my gym accountability partner. We're cooking, baby.
Dude.
Oh, my God.
Dude, windmill this or something. Do something crazy.
Oh, my God. Let's go.
Down doing it.
I know that hurt his finger, bro.
Little smirk. Xavier is on a 10-0 run. That's graphic.
Let's go. I want to go dancing.
Wow, that was 2 quick timeouts here from the Butler Bulldogs.
What a sequence. And the associates go crazy.
The associates are losing their minds.
The associates are out of their goddamn mind right now. Oh, man.
Well.
I will say the timing of Gordon Hayward was perfect.
Right.
Good half. Nothing crazy. And now we just get to go full on, like, you know when you're, like, watching a game with, you know, someone else is like, maybe your family has, like, or your mother-in-law, let's say, is a fan of another team. I don't have to care about that right now.
Right.
We're with all the homies.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just get to go crazy.
We're just rolling our blob freely.
Thad Matta with the 30-second timeout, which is rare because you don't see him stand up often.
No, you do not. I am glad Sean embraced the running man. I didn't know what that was going to look like, seeing Sean Miller in, like, the running man blue.
Oh, Kenny, I haven't had a chance to talk to you about it yet. The uniforms from the Creighton game, big fan of them, or you like those more than the traditional home uniforms? What's your take?
Oh, dude, those were incredible. Were those the jerseys that I wore?
Those, I think, were your first season.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, I love those jerseys.
Dude, they're so classic.
It just really upset me whenever it was like, yeah, they're wearing the throwbacks. I'm like, what do you mean the throwbacks?
I know.
You know, it doesn't seem that long ago.
Washed alert.
What'd you say?
Throwbacks? You mean alternate?
Yeah, right.
It's the Tim Allen Santa Claus gif of he's just looking in the mirror. It's like gross. It's a big white beard.
Yeah, right.
Like, whoa.
They should just call them the A10s. That would be perfect.
They were the A10, but that era, I mean,
they were A10.
The teams that wore those jerseys, I mean, that was such a great run. Like it was like I think David West's junior year was the first year we wore those, if I'm not mistaken, and I think the last year we wore them was like Kenny's freshman year, I think.
04 to 08 or something like that.
Yeah, it was every team that wore them was a banger. Like that era, it was like the Stan Burrell era, pretty much. Like.
Xavier Royer says those throwbacks made a bunch of 27 to 39-year-olds feel ancient.
It did. You're not wrong.
It was a millennial dream. Well, it is funny, Kenny, growing up, like when you're young, it's like all the references are for the old people. But now there's references for us, and makes you feel really old. But it's also awesome.
Yeah. Makes it the only thing you really have to hold on to.
I saw they're making a remake of like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 for like new gen. It looks freaking sick.
Yeah, they
Foster.
just did it. They just did the they just did maybe the first one like 2 years ago.
Okay, yeah.
That
it's just really
dude, I played it on the PlayStation 5, I think, and man, it was like the second you hear that music come on, you're just like, oh my God. It like
iconic.
Transports you back to the
simpler time.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep
a yellow
cartridge. That game was just perfect.
Video game music was so good.
Have you ever seen oh my gosh, dude.
Dude, it's too easy. Bro, we were kind of talking about Jordan Crawford before. I'm not saying I'm comparing to Jordan Crawford, but he is having one of those moments right now where he is toying with his opponent. And you don't see that often at the D1 level.
Has 12 points, 12 loud points.
I mean, how many pick sixes is that? Like 3, 4?
Yeah.
That's hard to do with that. I mean, he's so athletic and long, but that's tough to do.
Also has 7 boards.
Let's go.
Yeah, the baggy uniforms were.
I love how nothing makes me happier than the joy on Dalen's face when he does his breakaway.
Look at him right now.
He gets so happy.
Get
with someone who looks at you the way Dalen looks at a breakaway dunk.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. Man,
it's just too good.
What is that like? In the last 4 minutes, he's got 3 breakaway dunks.
It feels like every time I turn around, he's just.
Oh no! One of them was a putback Fremantle dunk.
Dude, this is boys. We are looking mighty good.
But this is what I'm saying though. This is the eye test that I was talking about. Like, and I know it's Butler, but they're putting on a clinic right now.
You're on the road in their senior night though.
What was this? Yeah, what was the score at halftime?
44-40. So. I mean, you do the math. What's 60 minus 44? Kenny, you have a college degree. That's
somewhere around 16.
Or somewhere around 16. Maybe not exact. Somewhere around 16. 44 minus 40. I know that. Quick math. This is really quick math. That's 4. So, 16-4 run to start the half. It's not bad.
I would say it falls in that category, to be honest with you.
Oh, man, dude. You take care. They're just taking care of business right now, and it kind of makes me feel bad that I was nervous all week.
I think we had reason to.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think you should feel bad about it. I mean, these are meaningful games in March. I mean, whether it's the tournament or not, this is the time of the year. Like, almost to me, like whenever you have the tournament in your sight, you have to almost think of these games as tournament games because they're must wins. So it's almost like an extension of it.
I feel like if we lose, it's Big East tournament or bust. But Kenny, I like to think that we played a part in winning. Hopefully we finish the job here. But, like, I like to think that Sean Miller's behind those scores. Like, guys, Roll Blob Podcast is doubting us. You know, we gotta silence the haters here.
It's bulletin board material.
That's exactly it.
We're trying to motivate the guys. He probably had it up in the locker room before the game.
Right. I like to think he'll talk about us in post-game presser.
Although I don't think that Butler has TVs in their I don't even think they have a working clock in there.
They might have AM radios.
They definitely don't have a working clock. That's true. Also, but
they do have a newer water fountain.
See, it was probably not up to code.
Right. And that's what I'm all about.
Did him a favor.
Symmetry and building code. That's what I'm all about.
Yeah.
And what they probably have now are those water fountains that have the bottle filler at the top where it senses it.
I love those. And it shows you how many bottles they've saved.
Yeah.
I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah. It's like,
my question is, how do you know how many bottles were saved? What if it was just a little kid sitting there putting his hand over the sensor?
Well, I do that sometimes. Whenever I go to my local Holiday Inn, they have one of those.
When you have to make that number go up by 1 every time you see it.
Well, anytime you put your hand over the sensor and it just squirts a little bit out, that counts as a full water.
Oh,
It doesn't matter the ounceage. It just matters that it was.
This is why I'm a Marriott guy.
That's a bunch of crap. That's
a
real cash grab.
Cash grab. I think we just confirmed that Kenny just said renovate this dump and then smack the water fountain.
Right. Be the change you want to see.
That's
in the
exactly
world.
it.
But also, not to bring it up again because it was 16 years ago.
We're gonna bring it up again.
But we're going to. That 09 game, what is arguably just as bad as the clock stoppage was a terrible jump ball call. Terrible.
Oh, that was the worst call.
I don't remember the players involved at all.
Dude,
Xavier has the ball. Butler grabs Cap. Put your arms up.
Dante passed it to Mark Lyons.
And he grabbed his weenus like this. And they called jump ball, Butler ball.
There was no ball.
Terrible call.
Some real home cooking.
Oh.
He's too little.
Dude, that was a stiff arm, bro. The thumbnail's just me and Kenny doing this.
Yeah, right.
Hey, literally the thumbnail.
Got him.
Got him.
I love how that dude stood up like, yeah, I got a charge on him when really he was trying to stop him and he just got pushed over.
It was literally just a shove
by an 18-year-old sophomore.
Right. That is insane too, Kenny, how young
is he 18 or 19? I can never remember.
I think he's 18.
I'm not sure.
Because he was 17.
Number 3 on the court.
Right.
Number 1 in our hearts.
I mean, come on, Foster. You poked him in his eye.
As a bit, I want to hire some people just to stand over here that like bark and like they want to like be our fake associates, so I can just yell at them. Shut up back there,
Tim. We need intern Tim.
I know.
Finley Bizjack.
That's a name.
Not a fan of the rose tattoo.
Doesn't do it for you. Kenny, do you remember what they said? Remember when it was a thing back in the day? They probably still do it. Where they'd go to the line and be like, his favorite meal and his like favorite band. Like, do you remember what they did for you for those?
His favorite potato, TGI Fridays.
Right.
I know one of them was hidden talent, and it was the Rubik's Cube.
Is that actually legit?
Yeah. I wish I had one.
Did you ever have to like record it for like ESPN or whatever? It's like, oh well, we're gonna play this.
So Tom Setliver, the one that I told you just subscribed, that's Emily's uncle.
Yeah.
He the very first time I met Emily's family, he was like, I heard you can do the Rubik's Cube. And I was like, yeah. And he pulled one out of his pocket and he was like, do it.
What? That's why that talent sucks, because whenever you go, all right, do it. I don't feel like doing it.
I mean, it takes like 2 minutes, so it's not like that big of
2 minutes?
My best ever, I think, is like 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Talking about Rubik's
That's
Cube?
my best ever, too.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
I don't know. What would be your hidden talent, Kat?
All of my talents are very out there.
I mean, none of them are.
None of them are hidden. Everything that you've seen is all you're going to get.
I'd say mine would just be the, like, if you print out an empty United States map, I can fill in all this.
That is Kenny, could you do that if I gave you an empty map?
No, I mean, I could do like, I think I could like probably do like 40, probably 42. You get up into, like, you get out in those, like, the 4 states out there in the West, where they're all just like, and then up in the Northeast, I have no chance.
That's exactly it.
I'm just throwing names out there, hoping I'm not even saying the right states.
There's like this island in the South and like this one country up in the Northeast, Northwest, wherever.
Vermont, New Hampshire is the toughest one.
Like, Cincinnati is not a state.
What? Since when? She asked me the capital of North Carolina.
Was that? There was actually someone, where was I, that they thought Cincinnati was its own state.
What?
Yeah, I was at
You're lying.
No, I'm not. I was at some airport.
Why does he think that was a travel?
Yeah, speaking of traveling, they were traveling, and they're like, "Why do people keep saying the Cincinnati area?" And yeah, I was at CBG. I just got off a plane from Dallas, and the guy's like, "Because like it's the area of Cincinnati." She's like, "Well, why don't they just say Cincinnati?" It's like, "Well, they can, but like if you go outside the city."
I bet you were so confused.
And she's like, "What do you mean the city? Isn't
okay, Jerome?
State?" Yeah, isn't that a state?
Like there's Cincinnati State, the Surge.
The Surge. Go Surge.
Yeah.
I mean,
no field goals in the last 5 minutes.
Coop did it on camera last year for the March Madness thing.
Yeah, that's true. Surge on camera. Yeah, I filled that out quick. All 50 for 50.
All right.
We didn't ask about League of Legends.
Do you guys ever watch Saturday Night Live?
Of course.
Not on Saturdays, but
yeah, me neither. But did you watch the Shane Gillis one, the most recent one?
No, I haven't got a chance to see that yet.
So funny, man.
He's hilarious. What was your favorite one?
There was like 4 of them. His monologue was fantastic, but then the couple of beers one was funny. The At Home with Dad.
I'll have to watch those.
Yeah, the couple of beers one was great. It's just like talking about cures for depression. Talk to your doctor about a couple of beers.
Oh, that's what I mean. I've been seeing that all over.
I've seen that reel, yeah. Dude, how is there 13 minutes left? Can we end this game?
The main side effect of a couple of beers is drowsiness, so ask your doctor about a little bump.
A little bump.
Seeing his ascension has been pretty damn fun.
Who's that? Dalen?
Gillis.
Shane?
Yeah.
I'm going to see him on August 11th in Cleveland.
Oh, it's a great show. I saw him, I don't know when that was, maybe a month or 2 ago.
I'm excited.
Downtown. It was great.
There's some... Yeah, I'm excited to see his jokes that are not approved for the Saturday Night Live audience.
Yeah.
Well, his openers were like they weren't as funny as him, but that same like type of humor is fantastic. If it's the same openers.
His associates?
Yeah, Shane Gillis and Associates. Now that sounds like a law firm.
Yeah, it does.
Oh my goodness, man! 12 minutes and 20 seconds left. What are we doing here?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I thought
Feels like there's like 6 minutes left.
I thought we were winning by 20 with like 6 minutes left.
Me too, bro. We gotta strap in, fellas.
Yeah, they were starting to hit the shots. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Ian missed South Dakota, New Hampshire cities in those. Let me think. Manchester, New Hampshire, and
people are boycotting Target.
Pierre, South Dakota.
Boycotting what?
Target, apparently.
For what?
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably
but
I don't know what Target did. I don't know what Target did, so I'm gonna steer clear of that one.
Gabe says he's having a show at Notre Dame Stadium. Sorry, but not sorry. You know, it's funny. Shane Gillis at the show I went to is downtown Cincinnati in the dreadful, what's it called now? Heritage Bank Center. Terrible venue. But it was right before the national championship game. It was the weekend before. It was on a Saturday night. The Natty was on a Monday, and he's all talking about Ohio State, like go Irish, whatever. Then you know what happens. Sorry, Kenny. So I did think about it. I wore an Ohio State shirt to the concert, but
yeah, well, okay.
Oh, they're ending DEI stuff.
I'm gonna stay out of that combo.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, are you? I just saw a Kubota commercial. Are you a Kubota or a John Deere guy?
Got it. Who runs it?
Do you have a lawn care? You know what, Kenny? I want to know. Do you have a tool brand that your go-to tool brand?
That's a good question.
There's tool guys and they'll swear by it. Milwaukee,
Tool Time,
Cobalt, Craftsman.
The only thing that I have some Ryobi stuff, I have some Makita stuff, and I have some Rigid stuff.
So
I don't really. I just when I buy something, I'm like, oh, I could use this, and I don't really do too much research.
You have a nice toolbox.
My parents for Christmas just got me one of those like big tool. They're the standing ones on wheels. They're pretty.
Yeah. Is it red?
No, it's black. It's a husky.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Can I ask you a random question? What's your favorite thing you own now as like a dad in like your 30s that like you thought was stupid as a kid, but you really like having now?
Cincinnati sweatshirt.
No, I mean, the funny thing is that like, what I was gonna say, I can't say it on air. I'll tell you after.
Okay, we'll talk about the associates later.
But
I can't wait to hear what that is. Exclusive content.
Say the question again.
So it's like, for example, like I hated coffee when I was a kid, but it's like something that maybe your parents had when you were young and you thought that was dumb, but now that you're like a dad in your 30s, like, oh, this is like my comfort item.
I did not listen to that question the right way. Probably, man, that's a good question. Let me think on it.
Yeah, you can think on it. I was also dying when you said that your dad used to just like bring the coffee pot with him, essentially.
No, it wasn't the coffee pot. He used to have this like big, it was, what did they call it?
Like a thermos?
It had a name. No, well, yeah, it was a thermos, but it had like a name. Like it was called like the Big Chug or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was like a 64-ounce thermos, and he would drink a pot of coffee, and then while he was drinking that pot of coffee, he would have another pot of coffee brewing, and he would pour that pot of coffee into the Big Chug, and he would take that with him on the road when he would leave for work.
He was housing a good like 15 cups a day.
My dad had one of those, like they called it like the Big Growler or something. We were going to the South, probably to visit family or something, and it was like this huge, like, probably like 60-ounce thing, but had like the handle, and it was small enough at the bottom that it fit in a cup holder.
Yeah, right.
And it was like Tennessee Volunteers themed, but it wasn't Tennessee because we bought it at like a Love's or a Pilot.
I love Love's.
In like Jellicoe, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And it was so faded by the sun, but I mean that was always in the truck for road trips and stuff. And half the time, you know, there'd be nothing in it. It's just there.
I forgot to take it out.
Yeah, Love's is a good place to stop.
What's your go-to like road trip restaurant?
Jordan Love's road trip restaurant. I would say
I normally go like a Subway and a gas station.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Subway and a gas station is good.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll try to find like a local hibachi restaurant.
Really? So you're sitting down?
Sit down and see what, like, you know, if you're in I don't know, Boone, North Carolina. Bullweevil, Alabama. It's like let's see what their hibachi chefs got.
Fremantle's cooking, bro.
He is.
He's such a bucket.
Every time he shoots that jump hook, I'm like, not a good shot. And he makes it. And you're like, oh, okay. I forgot. That's
what's his shooting tonight, Coop?
Who?
Zach.
Zach Fremantle basketball. 11 of 14.
Oh my god.
22 points.
Oh my god.
I did not know Combo had that.
Me neither, dude.
What the hell?
How? Oh man, that was.
Oh my god. Sorry, neighbors. I got loud.
Dude.
It's the pink shoes.
Yo!
He had it too.
He cleared it too.
Oh,
the bench's reactions are insane. I did not know he had that.
Did you see Zach after that? He was just like, I don't think that Zach knew he had that.
I need some gifts after that one. That was wild.
Well, people really want to know my favorite cookie, or my go-to cookie.
I do. I've been wanting to know that for a long time.
Is a zebra cake considered a cookie?
Is this a cookie?
Oh no.
This is a double-decker oatmeal cream pie.
That's right.
OCP, as we call it in the industry.
Yep. He's a connoisseur, Kenny.
Okay.
Man, my go-to cookie.
It's the dang associates, Kenny, every time.
Right.
They started handing it to us. I'm like, all right.
Man, I don't know if it's not like my favorite cookie ever, but the macadamia nut cookies from Subway are so good.
I've never had those.
Oh yeah.
The chocolate chip ones are good too.
I don't know what they're called. Maybe Samoas or something, like those coconut Girl Scout cookies.
Circle ones with the little hole in the middle.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think they changed the name of them though.
Yeah, they're always changing the name.
God, I love cookies.
What are they called now? They're not. Are they? They're not Tagalong. No, not Tagalong. Hold on.
I thought they were Samoas.
Yeah, I think they are Samoas. That sounds right.
They were, but they changed them. Now they're called Caramel Delights.
That doesn't have the.
What is this? Narnia?
Now they're called the generic cookies.
Turkish Delights. I think that was from Narnia.
Who doesn't love a good Oreo?
Yeah, a double stuffed Oreo.
Soft Chips Ahoy.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
There's nothing better though than just a homemade chocolate chip cookie.
Just a little
homemade chocolate chip
just
cookie.
still hot.
1000%. I like no bake cookies a lot actually.
If I eat a no-bake cookie, I'll eat a twice-baked potato with it to cancel it out. I can't have something like that. I have to have it.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's symmetry.
Symmetry. Thank you.
An average of one day.
Emily would love it.
Yeah.
I'm clipping that and sending it to her right when we get off.
Come on.
That's hilarious, buddy. I come home, you're eating a no-bake cookie and
It's
twice-baked potato.
It's not hilarious. It's autism.
I love your personality. Thank you. It's mental disease.
Yeah.
It's not delivery. It's DiGiorno.
Thin
I'm a Tony's guy.
Oh, man.
Now I want pizza and cookies.
I would love pizza and cookies right now.
Or a pizza cookie.
Ooh, a Pizookie from
Shouts to
BJ's.
Lunchables.
I don't know when no bake cookies became a thing. Like maybe they've always been around and I just never. But like, I want to say probably around like 8th or 9th grade, people really started making them, and it was like a big deal.
Not baking them.
Yeah, making, not baking.
Making,
yeah.
Right. But they were, and I just remember my mom taking the freaking just like a giant sheet of wax paper and just scooping the stuff out on it and be like, is it time to eat them yet? And like, no, it's not time.
I wish it was.
You got to let them sit. And then I would just sit there and just scrape them off the thing. And they're just.
Oh, dude. The amount of times I've had like warm, no-bake cookie soup.
Yeah.
No, dude. I grew up on those. They have a very big place in my heart. I love that about your family, Kenny, though. Like, I feel like Kenny can just like present. I love being at his house because it's so wholesome. Like, he can present like a problem. Hey, we got this going on. It's all hands on deck. Like, immediately. Like, the whole Freeze family's locked in. Like, the internet situation.
Oh, yeah.
Like, your mom's like, oh, I'm going to Home Depot. Like, what do we need? Like, I'm just like, this is awesome.
Yeah. Where can I get a 100-foot Ethernet cord?
I know. Like, she was like, it's just like a battle unit. Like, the second something happens, they're just like an ant community, just like running around like, it's crazy. I love it.
Yeah, the cricket commercial.
That was so much fun.
So
this
where
guy
are you guys
cooks
at on your cricket journey?
cricket.
Are you guys still watching a lot of cricket or no?
He sent me a reel about the Stags today.
Central Stags,
Yeah.
our favorite team in New Zealand.
I think this weekend we got some catching up to do.
We have some catching up to do. We watched India and Sri Lanka. Fantastic match. Fantastic match.
The finish was unbelievable.
Now, India's played England since then. This was over a week ago that they've played, and we haven't caught up. I was out of town over the weekend, and I don't want to. We're kind of treating it like a sitcom. Like, we don't have to watch it live. We need to catch up.
Right.
So I think
it's on demand.
National.
I mean, the nice thing is you're not getting like. It would be pretty difficult for a cricket game to get spoiled for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
In Milford, Ohio, it's hard for that to happen.
They talk about it at work all the time. Pisses me off.
Yeah.
Big water cooler conversation.
Right.
Dude, have you seen that indoor golf, Kenny?
Yeah.
Oh,
dude, that stuff is cool, man.
What's that called? TGL?
I think it's called TGI Fridays. They have really good pizza skins.
Hey,
pizza skins.
There's Conwell again.
It's my favorite kind of potato
Dude,
pizza.
Conwell is just like, what is going on? All three.
I'm enjoying what I'm enjoying the proceedings.
Swain,
Offensively,
Conwell,
this is what we expected all year.
Right.
10th game with 20 plus.
What a loser.
The old wedgie.
Dude, look at that close up on the ball.
That was nice. That was great.
I like to think that this game is very satisfying for Xavier fans for a lot of reasons.
DoorDash some Truva.
They have pizza?
I wonder how much
they do have those little pizzas.
I wonder
Yeah,
how
it's
much
not
it would
pizza.
cost for me to DoorDash. No, it's the what are those called again? It's the thing it's with a J instead of a C.
Jason instead of Cap.
Yeah, it could be.
Could be.
JC Penney's.
Where's Ahmad at? What are they called? Ahmad.
Yeah.
Turkish pizzas that aren't pizzas.
Stupid Americans. This is fun, man.
Largest lead
tonight. Yo, this feels like a Xavier team that's like the epitome of just like playing your best ball in March.
Yep.
You know? Like those teams that just get hot at the right time. I'm not saying we weren't a good team all season, but I've seen Xavier teams too that were like awesome in the regular season. They're just like not quite at that same level in March, but this could be a fun run, man. It's a game of runs, basketball.
Dude,
it is a game of runs.
How nuts is it that next weekend, not 3 days from now, 10 days from now, we're gonna be watching fucking Big East tournament basketball.
Dude, it's happened so fast, man. Like, I think that once conference tournaments start, that is like the start of just like life being freaking awesome.
Yeah,
they're so good.
Well, I did the Field of 68 show on Sunday,
right?
And they were like, he was like 36 days until the end of the college basketball season, and I was like, oh my gosh, dude, these are the best 36 days of the season.
It's so good, man.
So much basketball. The best teams playing the best teams. Ugh.
And then there's that overlap where obviously college basketball, but you also get Major League Baseball going at the same time.
Not a selling point.
Opening day and the Elite Eight going on.
Not a selling point.
What more could you? And cricket.
Now we're talking.
I literally almost just threw up in my mouth.
Yeah, I'm hurting. I think I need some no-bake cookies to get that taste out of my mouth.
I think no-bake cookies had to have been made when there was like some sort of baking scandal going on.
No, it was definitely a power outage.
Yeah,
it's like, you know what? I was going to bake these, I just left them out overnight, and I ate them, and they're great.
Let's just see what happens if we let them get hard.
Hey, you said it.
Whoa, dude, is that an egg inside there?
Inside that Little Caesars?
That looks good, dude. I think it's just a different kind of cheese.
Dude, an egg would be way better.
What if could be the move, bro.
Could be the move. I mean, they invented no-bake cookies. We invented pizza with egg in it.
We could call that...
Pizza was fire.
We could call it, like, pizza...
Pegza.
Okay.
Maybe not that one.
No, that
was
right. I wasn't even listening to you. I thought you were trying to tell me what it was called. Poached
egg. It was the associates, Kenny. They keep saying
poached egg.
Stuff.
No, definitely not that. Dude, have you guys watched The Brutalist?
No.
It's the guy that won the award for best actor. I watched it last night. 2 hours and 40 minutes. And it was it's one of those movies where you're like, this is like, it's a really good movie, but you're like, I just want to get to the end of it so I can say I watched it.
Kenny, you have a much longer attention span than I do.
Yeah, maybe.
You definitely have not gotten TikTok crushed yet.
I don't use TikTok.
TikTok sucks. Sorry.
Look at this little idiot.
Yo, can we pull that clip up?
I was just thinking.
Yeah. just be posted on our page. It's just that for 3 seconds with Kenny. Look at this.
Look at this.
Why is he in a Mustang GT?
I can't lie. The outfit goes hard.
Yeah.
But man, I love the actual dog of Bulldog.
Right. Ooh, I love a good bracket.
Let's see. So
Xavier UConn would bang in the
first round's what? Wednesday, quarterfinals Thursday, semifinals Friday, final Saturday.
I'm so excited, dude.
So
Xavier locked into the 5 spot. I mean, they're locked into the 4-5 game, I think, right?
Ahmad would know.
I think so. Well, I don't know about the 4-5 game. Yeah, I don't know.
Ahmad,
because I'm pretty sure that that would have already been taken care of.
I need an adult.
Yeah.
8 of 9 teams go 13 and 7. Can't read it that fast. I don't know. He's saying, do that.
Give him the old.
Come on,
Do the thing. Oh, try to dumbass play us. We invented the dumbass play. Dumbass.
Ian, you almost made my heart skip a beat saying, guys, chill, there's 14 minutes left. I was expecting to look up and there actually be 14. I would have.
It's crazy there's 7:30 left. Daddy's got to have some eggy pizza.
Okay. Ahmad says if we win tonight, we will be locked into the 4-5 game.
He knows everything, and I love him.
So that's good news for us.
So what's going on with the UConn Marquette game?
Currently,
we're gonna find out.
Well, it says it's delayed.
Oh, that's kind of strange. Everyone's watching this.
But now it says 8:30.
10 of 10 from the stripe. That will make the lower bowl happy.
That would, yeah.
Oh my gosh, if he'd have shot that. Hughley.
Big John.
Go ahead then.
Okay, big fella.
Oh.
Bit of a flat tire there, big fella.
He stepped on his foot.
Ooh, look at those Cavs unis.
Oh, yeah, those are
clean.
What's
74, 73
they'll
Heat.
they'll hit a Cavalanche.
That they will.
Are you guys Cavs fans?
Yes.
We're jumping on the bandwagon. I'm jumping on the bandwagon. He's been on the bandwagon.
Oh, I'm definitely going to jump on the bandwagon.
Dude, they are fun to watch. Love the diff.
I went to a game.
Yeah.
I went to a game this year. It was you guys know that. But and it was fun to watch them. But man, the NBA, it's kind of like baseball for me. I like watching it in person.
I still watch. I mean, mainly just the Cavs, but if it's like a big time game, Celtics, Lakers, something like that.
I will tell you though, there's something about Luka in a Lakers uniform that's making me
it's weird.
Like the Lakers.
Well, I like the Lakers because if they win the championship this year, Quincy gets a ring.
True.
Do you think we could offer a trade?
Oh, for what? We get his ring and he gets a say blobbing.
Do you think he put the blobby in front of them? Big John!
We needed that one for the brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, AK. Good coach swap between the Cavs and Pistons. Worked out splendidly.
That it did. Look at this little idiot.
See, that's one that we can actually say on stream. One of my stupid little one-liners.
Yeah, that one's good. That one passes the old quality inspection.
Yeah. That's you know about NSFW, and that one was just FSW.
Right. No, yeah, absolutely. Shipped it off the intern. Good to go.
NSFW is a weird thing. It depends where you work.
That's true.
Like a forklift, for instance, is not safe for work at, say, an accounting office.
Yeah.
But that's perfectly safe for a job site.
There's some professions where dang near anything is safe for work.
Yeah, that's true. Like,
yeah. I'm not going to say which ones.
Are you talking about the oldest profession?
Kenny, I have a question for you.
Yes.
If you were playing in modern era, would you have changed up your gear at all? Would you be a leggings guy?
New era?
Oh, yeah.
You'd be a leggings guy.
I wore leggings my whole professional career.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have lost that bet.
So the thing is, I always thought that people wore them just because they thought they looked cool.
Right.
Which I'm sure that some people do. But the very first time I wore them, my legs and my knees never felt good all the way through the game. I didn't have any pain, and I was just like, oh, these are actually useful.
Oh, that's cool. Because I always thought they were for show too.
No, dude, it was my knees, especially at the beginning of games, I would have trouble no matter how much I warmed up. That first 2 or 3 minutes of the game was always was always rough. But leggings completely changed the game on that.
Oh my gosh.
Dumb tweets, man.
That is really funny. I mean, it's accurate. Dude, I want you to text Tyler Hansbrough weight room so bad.
Yeah. You got to wear leggings playing Super Smash Bros. In the living room. That really
gets you have going. To.
Kyle, what's up,
dude,
man?
We should do a 99 stock Super Smash Bros.
Coop and Cap, you guys met Kyle when we were at House of Orange.
Yeah.
I wasn't at House of Orange. I was in.
We're the same person. Yes, you were.
Wow,
Oh, yeah,
dude,
true.
I would have bet everything that you were there.
Yeah, he was not there at all.
You were there in spirit.
Yes, he was.
I was in Daytona, Florida. That's where I was.
Oh, yeah, because you were talking to the guy that we thought was going to be the Big East connection.
No, that was in Delray Beach, Florida.
That's what I said, yeah.
But, yeah.
Boy.
Ian, we officially have Friday night plans, amigo. 99 stock. Super Smash Bros. Let's go.
99 stock?
You doing that Friday night?
Yeah, I'm a psychopath.
Okay.
I'm a problem with Pikachu, man.
See, I was just, I had never played before, really, and all of my friends were pretty good, so I picked up Kirby. And even the playing field pretty quickly with the old Curbster.
Little ground pound action.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I'm glad he missed that 3.
Yeah, it's getting a little spot. Well, chill the fuck. I mean, chill the heck out, fellas.
Oh, you got to tee that dude up. You can't be jumping around like that.
Got to.
Yeah, your knees can't hit your chest.
No chance.
If your knees go above the bottom part of your letters, that's attack.
That's got to be attack.
Unless you're Jeff Anderson.
Yeah, true. I mean, I have to say, though, Butler by far has the worst uniforms they always have in the Big East.
They've always had boring uniforms.
With all due respect to the Horizon League, these are still Horizon League level uniforms.
I agree. They've never had good uniforms ever.
Never.
Not even close. Even when they had decent teams, their uniforms sucked.
Yeah.
Dude,
Xavier's scoring droughts 3 minutes and change. Missed each of their last
Oh, thank goodness.
6 shots. However, Butler has only made
God, good thing they suck.
1 of their last 7.
Good thing they are not good. That's good for us.
High score.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. I like that. So let me see what is going on in a certain game that I have interest in.
Hard to remember who's in what conference.
K-State gonna pull it off, Kenny.
What's the score?
Up 5 with 10 seconds, baby.
Dude, that was with the left. Did you see that? Wow.
Wild greater than sign bear.
24 points for Zach Fremantle.
Did you see that? Did you see that jump hook with the left hand? That was buttery.
He's putting the ball in the hole. No big man hate tonight, Kenny. Good to go.
I don't know who said it earlier, but not being surprised when Hughley plays well. Like his second half of the season, the transformation between, and it's not even like his numbers or anything crazy, but he's just been helping the team win.
Absolutely. He's also shooting the living crap out of the ball too.
Yeah.
I think I saw his 3-point percentage over the last stretch of games is like 58% or something like that. Not including today.
Is that good or bad?
Pundits are saying good.
Who are we talking about?
Big John.
Oh, okay.
Big John.
I look like a pig.
They really need to play that song when he comes out. They're really
missed opportunity.
For sure.
Next time they show like when they put a graphic up of like the player has the Butler logo next to it, it looks like a pig.
The Butler logo looks like a pig?
Not that one. I'll show you.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Oh my God. Midi assassin.
So if the corner's called the elbow, that's whatever this part of the body's called because it's just beyond the elbow.
The old triceps.
Tricep.
Ooh.
Is that just called the
vibes
upper
are
arm?
immaculate.
Is that just called the upper arm? Because you got the forearm, the elbow, and I know bicep and tricep, but what's this called? The
that general area would be right.
Okay, bicep 2, tricep 3, forearm 4.
Yep, of course.
Where's 1 and 2? Where's the? Well, we have 2.
The one set.
Where's the sep?
There should be one. Duo set.
Yeah.
Dua Lipa.
I just want to know why this is the forearm. And what is this? Is this just upper arm? Or is it?
I don't know.
Or is it the back arm?
I don't know.
The forearm and the back arm.
I would say ask Cap, but he wasn't in the Army. He's in the Navy.
Slapshot Regatta. Have you guys ever seen that movie, Out of Your League or Out of His League?
I've not seen any movies.
She's out of my league.
Yeah.
Coop's seen 0 movies.
She's out of.
I've seen it, but it's been a while.
Oh my gosh, dude! When they go back to meet his family, and his brother wants to play slapshot regatta in the basement.
Yeah.
Me and Kyle, we used to talk about it all the time. He just beats him and then he gets angry and he's like, "These shoes are fucked for this." Like...
Kenny, we've got a final. Kansas State 54, Cincinnati 49.
Only 49 points.
49 points.
Damn.
Wes Miller will probably be angry.
Did they play the whole game or did it get shut down?
That is at the end of the second half. People are asking.
Wow.
Do we call Roll Blob road game wins blob kills? We can. We can start doing that.
Oh, man.
Blob kills.
Dude, tonight has gone exceedingly well, if I have to say so myself.
Yeah, it's been
God, now we have UC people crying on Twitter. This is awesome. I'm having a good time. Wes Miller has a huge buyout.
I think his buyout goes down significantly from last year to this year, though. I want to say it goes from like 18 million to 13, which is still
That's
a lot.
Still huge, though.
I could be wrong on those numbers completely. Let's check it out.
I wish I had a buyout for something, man.
Kansas State didn't make a field goal for the last 4 minutes, and they still won.
Wow.
Kansas State had a losing record.
Hey, why does Butler need
two mascots?
Like they have a live mascot. You should be able to have a live mascot and
So if he gets fired before
other mascot
before March 31st, 2025, it's 13 million. If he gets fired before March 31st, 2026, it's 9.9.
Oh, just wait, you know.
But wouldn't that be the most Cincinnati thing to do, though? They fire him on May 30th. Have to give him an extra $3 million.
There you go.
1,000%.
Oh, well.
Happy Dalen.
Man, he is cheesing.
He is having a great time. Happy Dalen. You love to see it. Just cheesing on a breakaway.
Like a little kid in a candy store, man.
1,000%. To be fair, that's probably really freaking fun.
Double digits in every active game this year. That's
Dalen?
No. Zach.
Fremantle.
Yeah, he can just flat out score the rock, man.
And it's just crazy too. Remember when it seemed like he was out for the season?
Indefinitely?
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Like, he's back.
He missed the game.
Yeah, he's back now. Oh, okay, cool.
Which is one of those things, like, indefinitely just means you don't know. Just like whenever they say, like, oh, let's do this ASAP. Don't say ASAP. ASAP sounds like immediately, but that's just as soon as possible. That really is meant to be, hey, no rush, just as soon as possible.
Depends on how they say it.
Yeah.
ASAP. Okay.
But if you say, like, oh, yeah, as soon as possible.
That sounds way different than ASAP.
Yeah.
So it's just how fast you say it.
As soon as possible, Rocky. He's a free man.
You would think you would say something as soon as possible, like as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Like you don't say it ASAP.
As possibly soon as possible.
It's not being said as soon as possible.
I need this ASAP as possible.
Yeah. ASAP, Pap.
ACAP. ACAP, ASAP.
I'll tell the associates. What the hell are we talking about?
I don't remember.
That's the case. I'm going to Morehead State.
That's an all-timer.
Yeah.
That's on the Mount Rushmore. No question.
If we ever get around to making a intro,
like an intro,
that'll be on there for sure.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
That's got to be my favorite. All right, it's past Daddy's bedtime. Let's wrap it up, fellas. Wrap it up.
Yeah, 2 Chainz did play college basketball.
Did he really?
Yeah, he was good. He was really good.
No shit.
So, I mean, you have to like where Xavier's at. Ahmad and I, we've talked about it. It has to be 20 points, and I've adjusted my comfort level, Ahmad. I think we said 20 points with like 5 minutes left, whatever. To me, it's 20 points, period, no matter how much time's left until I'm comfortable.
Yo, Kenny.
I'm pretty
The official Xavier basketball Twitter account just tweeted, "Is anyone thirsty?" with 3 question marks.
Hit the retweet button, fellas.
Yo. We've got an official banger tweet. Certified banger. Get there fast.
Let me get that. I'm just going to use that same one I used from the previous Butler game a couple weeks ago.
I love when the Xavier Twitter account goes full shit talk mode. Gotta think a certain person has the Twitter fingers going. There's a certain tone.
Yeah.
That you can pick up on.
You get this as a reply.
Oh my gosh.
It last ice cream? No.
Dude, Twitter replies are so weird. Dude, let's go. I am a happy camper currently.
I mean, 90 points.
Yeah, Kenny retweeting that is amazing. Now that's high quality H2O.
That's some high quality H2O. If you just promise me you'll never serve that water again.
Gatorade.
Dude. That is
so, assuming they close it out, 6-game winning streak, senior day against Providence.
Gotta be there.
Providence, who just lost by 3 to DePaul. Providence, obviously, is a team Xavier should beat. And at home.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think this was the big one. I mean, obviously, you still have to get the job done. You can't look past any opponent, but you got to think senior day at home, Providence.
I mean, Zach's getting his musketeer sword on Saturday, so.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yep.
Yeah. He literally has a weapon.
Right.
As if he needs it.
Did you guys see, who was it? Was it Nunji? I think when Miller was giving him the sword, he almost dropped it. He was holding the sheath.
What?
He picked up the sheath without touching the sword, and it started falling out, and he caught it. Makes me wonder if those are sharp swords or not.
They looked the part. I'll say that.
I can tell you, if I ever get one, which I'm hoping that I'm getting one this year, I'm gonna sharpen it, just in case. It's gonna be my home protection.
That would actually be a pretty cool story. Like someone breaks into your house and.
Right.
And they'll be like,
can you imagine
sword.
you see the
sort of.
Have you ever seen those Instagram videos where the guy's like, "Hey Alexa, go to intruder mode," and it makes all the lights red and starts playing music, and then just imagine after all that you just hear shing.
Oh, dude.
And then a 7-foot guy comes out.
Okay. We're good.
Yeah. I'm just the.
You need some money or?
Yeah, right.
Just here to DoorDash your Truva.
It's freezing cold. It's a long drive.
What do you think it would cost to DoorDash Truva from here?
Would they do it?
No.
There might be another Truva.
Fellas, the 20-win Xavier Musketeers.
Feels good. Obviously, work to be done.
Get the job done. It smells like 5-bid league in here, boys.
It's starting to. One more game.
Smell that? That smells like cookies and pizza and 5-bid Big East. Oh, I like that.
The other thing too that's pointing me to Xavier making the tournament with all this is how bad the committee got burned last year because of the Mountain West.
Yeah, true. Very true.
I feel like you're gonna see an overcorrection to the Power 4 conferences.
Would not upset me.
But yeah, great win. 91-78 the final. Fremantle 24 points. Conwell 21. Swain 16. He had a double-double. Davion McKnight added 13 points. Xavier shot from the free throw line 16 of 18. So that's fantastic. Let's see what else.
What is this Sean Miller tweet when he tweeted a picture of the scoreboard at
Oh yeah, that was funny.
What is that?
I think it's just a meme of just a bunch of wires going everywhere.
Do not touch any of these wires.
Only 5 turnovers for Xavier.
That's pretty good.
And they got 22 points off of turnovers. Xavier out-rebounded them offensively and defensively. 9 second-chance points, 17 bench points.
Cap.
Way more fast break points in the paint. Xavier just was better all over. Look at that fire hydrant. What's it called?
Water fountain.
That hits.
I mean, they both do the same thing.
What's that say, though?
It says, hits the spot. Zip.
Yes, it does, baby. High quality H2O, baby. And the water fountain breeze, a sigh of relief tonight, Kenny.
Yep, sure do. 20-win season, baby.
Hey, Jack.
Woo!
No, Xavier needs to make the tournament. Ohio State basketball. I hope those are the 2 teams that get in. But I hope they don't play each other, and I hope Xavier goes a lot farther.
I agree. Kenny, what else we got, baby?
Nothing. That's it. Stay blobbing.
Shouts to Gordon Hayward.
Yeah, stay blobbing.
Let's go dancing.
Sure. The sweaters are going to be available hopefully next week. Talk to you guys.
Hey, what else?
Stay blobbing.